Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life. I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, hand to the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light. Ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took a red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna say my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah, but I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on this shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seats as I spread with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to the Sunday Late Night Culture Show. We have a lot to talk about this evening, but not exactly a huge amount of time to do it in. We have a couple of special guests in the background, probably more on the way. But pre-selected subjects leads to some pre-selected subjects. Speaking of which, here they are. We'll start first with our friend, Brian, otherwise known as That 70s Rock Fan, who absolutely plays it on his show. How are you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm very well, my friend. Thank you for having me. Great to be here, and happy Mother's Day to you guys and your significant mothers and others.
Indeed.
And happy Mother's Day to everybody out there in the chat.
Happy Mother's Day to all of the lovely mothers out there. If there weren't mothers, there wouldn't be any of us. So I want to say thank you to my moms. They are the best. Speaking of one of the best, we have a comic book hero with us this evening. Jason here is, he's very, very talented, as you've seen. He can mimic many art styles, and he produces a wonderful book. Now, he's here tonight because he's going to promote something extra special with cheese. It's his comic book, and you have an update on its sale, don't you?
I do. It is always a great way to finish the weekend by hanging out with you, Culture. I'm here to give a campaign update on Jupiter. As many of you know, Jupiter is a 40-page full-color comic book that I wrote, drew, colored, etc. It's only $10, so a very, very affordable price point. It's been on Indiegogo for some time. We had an initial stretch goal of $5,000. I am pleased to report, I'm here tonight to tell you that we did pass the $5,000 stretch goal. So everybody who backs is going to get the official Captain Klein Bottle fan club membership card. Right?
Wait, let me get that back up here. Oh, look at that.
Yeah,
look at that.
And as a reminder, Captain Klein Bottle is the Jack Kirby inspired character who's part of the Jupiter storyline. So everybody is going to get this 24-point PVC card, right? Now, people ask me, Jason, you hit the $5,000 stretch goal. What's next? And I was caught flat-footed. I did not know what to do. So I gave it some thought. I said, okay, comic books have been around a long time, but crowdfunded comics, it's a new kind of it's a new medium. And I looked around and said, what else is a new medium? And immediately it popped out to me that that a fellow group of people who are in a new media space is a Legion of Memers. So what it is, I reached out to the Legion of Memers, and I partnered with them to create an official Legion of Memers license to meme. You will get this if Jupiter hits the $8,000 threshold on Indiegogo plus Kickstarter, because it's on both campaigns. If we hit the $8,000 threshold, everybody's going to get an official sanctioned license, Legion of Memers license to meme, which you can have in your wallet, your purse, or even your fanny pack. I'm not going to judge. Point being that if you're stopped by the meme police, if there's a meme checkpoint, or if there's a meme war, you're going to have this in your back pocket. Now, this was a no-brainer. It was very fun to do. It's a good little gimmick to have in your wallet. But then I said, what am I going to put on the backside? I remembered when I launched my campaign, Comics Division was kind enough to have me on his show. That was very sentimental to me, and I was thrilled and honored. It doesn't do that for a lot of comic book creators. I said, how am I going to commemorate that? Well, I tell you what, I'm going to give you on the backside of the license to meme, I'm going to give you a memento of Comics Division. It says the world needs Comics Division because life is too short for bad comic books. And you'll see, Culture, I think there's a little avatar there that you might recognize.
Oh my, look at that.
Yeah. So in addition to having this in your back pocket as a reminder to tune into Comics Division, you're going to have Brahma Bull, Toxic Man Flu, and Nick's avatar as well as yours. So this is the new stretch goal. If the campaign gets to $8,000 on Indiegogo plus Kickstarter, there's 15 days left on Indiegogo, 25 days left on Kickstarter. So I think we can do it. Pretty confident. We're already at about $5,500 right now.
Dang.
So everybody will get this. And just a reminder, Jupiter is my baby, and this is the first of many issues to come. It's got superheroes. It's got surrealism. It's got all kinds of crazy homages to the Silver and Bronze Age. It's even got a pie ad. So
yes,
really, so go check it out. Go check it out and spread the word. And when you're out there and you see this, please signal boost as much as possible. I want to get this into everybody's hands, and I'm going to have extras so that you and Comics Division can hand these out at meetups and so forth.
Oh, fantastic!
But definitely to get this early, you're going to want to back Jupiter and check out the campaign on Indiegogo or Kickstarter. So I'm glad to bring you good news tonight, and it's always fun to hang out with you fellas.
Yeah, I really appreciate that, Jason. That is an amazing update. Again, a huge fan. Can't wait to get my copy of the book. And if the mods wouldn't mind, if there are a few of you out there, if you can drop that link in the chat. Look at that Legion of Memers beauty. Oh, license to meme. Speaking of license to meme, thank you, Jason. We have our good friend. Wait, his name's Jason.
We can't do this. There's two Jasons. Somebody has to go.
How did this happen? We have Sci-Fi for Me TV here. He's a Jason.
And I have good news as well, because I have my fifth monitor working again.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Yeah. When are you going to launch the rockets? That's all I want to know.
You know, I'm going to let Skynet do that.
Oh, fine.
So we're saying that you're Jason adjacent.
He's
Jason. So somebody's Jason adjacent.
We have two Jasons adjacent, but I want to say hi to the chat because we got a lot of folks here, just incredibly wonderful human beings. We got E. Clay Thomason joining us. Becky Browland is here. O.C. Gagan is here. We got Darius Munchausen. We have my lovely culture boss in the chat. Yes, that's right. She's here. Got Gunner hanging out. There's Dragon Master 360, SFX F314, Sabretooth Raptor, Larry, the name so nice you say it twice. Larry. We've got Weatherman in the house. There's Smilex. I love that. I love otters. Our otters are super cute. There's my buddy Jed. Hopefully we'll have him on here in the next couple of weeks to hang out with us on one of these shows. We got Dragon Master 360. We have everybody coming over from VR's stream. Thank you for that. We have the amazing Scott Westbrook, who dropped 5 Culture Casino memberships right at the beginning of the stream. I want to say thank you for that. And I'm going to play a little clip when we get done saying hi to everybody. But we got a Valiant Renegade, as I said before. I was combing my hair and beard. You can ask the guys here that were in the backstage. I had to get ready for the show. Yes, my hair is shiny. We got Pat Star here. That looks so great. They won't quit the other stream. Well, they did fine. We're all here. There's, hey, wait, Brian's already here. Why are you already here? We got irate specialist here. VRA. That's right. There's my buddy, the common nerd. We got Christopher Dominguez here. Look at JG in the house. We got Titan from the 199. That's right. There's Olaf Von S. What's going on? SP4H is hanging out. We got Mark Medina. There's Jerry Mendoza, Kick 44. We're going through them all. Corbin Dallas, the one and only winner of the Jedi Croquette Contest, Gemini. There you go. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. God, I love that. Great film. Renee's Ramblings is here. We got our buddy Green Lion in the house. There's Ryo Hashi. We got our buddy Tim Hayes. Them's Magnum, I think. I'm trying to get that right. Anyway, we got Theme Park Silver. That's right. Right, Hio Silver. Okay, very good. We got the Legendary Racing. Look at that thing. That is fantastic. Anonymous Gamers here. What's going on, DS4? We got the great Toxic Man Flu dropping 10 Culture Casino memberships in the chat. Thank you for that very much. All names green, everybody. That's the goal here on the channel. Thank you for supporting it. We appreciate it. There's Rolanda. Yolanda Gaines. We got Byron Yoder in the chat. Dylan C. Dylan, what's up? Rebel, Cocho Dragon. Let's see who else popped in. We got the Teenage Wasteland, one of my favorite songs. My goodness, you guys. Freedom Ring. We've got Flow Mom. Hello. Look at all these wonderful humans. There's Rob Altus in the chat. By the way, I also say wonderful beings because we have some bears occasionally. Cash Kester is in the house. There's the fat Elvis one and only Jerry Mendoza. I think I said hi to. Who else popped in? Oh, we got Mecha J. What's up? And I think I saw Diesel a little bit farther down. We also got Henniger. What's up, Ben Henniger? Good to see you, my friend. SP4H, I think I said hi to. Man, you guys, there's so many of you. Thanks for being here. We did a little bit of roll call. We'll try and catch you all as we go. James,
and that's all we've got time for tonight. So thank you for coming.
4 minutes saying hi to everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Scott Westbrook, I really appreciate the members. We got Redosaurus. I love that. Was the Chappick special 4 hours long? I feel like it. I saw Mark's 47 in the house. We got Dave Van Horn. My goodness. Judicon is here. Ray Durazo. Okay. Look, it's ridiculous. I want to say thanks to OC Dobbins and all the rest of you guys. We will get to you, I hope, but let's get on with the thanks because we got to play the super chat thanks or the super membership thanks real quick. And then we're going to dive into our first subject because we don't have a lot of time. DS Ford says in a members chat, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. I agree. And you guys who gave the memberships, you're both gold mines. So here you go.
I see you have money. Want to take me on a date?
Thank you all so very much. I do appreciate all the support, you guys, financial memberships, the whole 9 yards. Those of you who subscribe, I appreciate you so very much. It makes the channel grow. We're going to try to make the channel grow. And look, I'm a grower, may not be a shower. Let me tell you, you're not supposed to do that unless you're Gavin McGinnis on FNT.
Culture, all of that you just did took almost as long as the end credits.
Yeah, I feel like that. And by the way, there is the link to the wonderful Indiegogo came for my buddy Jason Sandberg, who's made one of the best looking comic books I think I've seen in a while. And you and Jinjin Ninja are like competing for most beautiful comic book ever. So well done.
I'm in good company. Thank you.
That's right. Hacksaw is here. Oh, by the way, hey guys, the meetup poster. Oh, wait, the meetup posters, not one, not two, but the Dallas meetup posters are both being done by Jinja Ninja. So you're getting something extra special, a piece of art when you get there. And of course, you get a piece of art when you get this guy's comic. Actually get lots of pieces of art. Guys, gifted. I can't draw. All right, we got to get on some stuff. That sounds gross. We gotta get on some stuff like the super sticker from Darius Munchausen. Thank you for that, my
Yo,
friend. A
brother.
box of popcorn, indeed. Again, I think I got the DS Ford's member chat. We're gonna grab Grumpy Old Ninja Kataros and say hola and hail all incredible timing on starting the stream. Well, thank you, my good friend. It's great to see you. And Eric Winberg sends me $2. Why did he send me $2? He sent me $2 to say Slug Light on sale now. Really? Really? Well, thank you for the $2 super chat, my friend. I'm gonna give you something nice. Yeah, here's a cute little super chat for you.
No, look at this little super chat right there. He's so cute and small. Get it?
Holy cow. And somebody else just gifted 5 Culture Casino memberships. That's my good buddy, WG. Thank you so very much. You know what? You get the cheese wheel. And then we have to start talking about subjects because we actually have things to talk about.
Oh, man, that's some sweet cheddar. Guys. Yeah.
All right, here we go. I have to say thank you so very much. We're going to go ahead and get started. First and foremost, I have to say I madly respect Dave Chappelle. I do it for a couple of reasons, and I didn't tell anybody we were going to cover this today. But you know what? He kind of blasted San Francisco, and he didn't do it in a nice way. No. He wasn't very pleasant. We're going to get this article coming up here from Deadline. It seems like Dave Chappelle blasted San Francisco in a surprise stand-up show, and he asked for the Batman. Well, there you go. Getting your comic book reference early here. Yeah, he returned to San Francisco on Thursday night with a surprise show at the Masonic Auditorium. And he didn't like what he's seen in the city by the bay. Well, I don't think anybody who lives there has liked what they've seen recently. He said, "What the F happened to this place?" Yeah. And this was funny because according to the SF Gates review of the show, which you can find, the link's there, says Chappelle has been performing in San Francisco for quite some time. And as his observations aren't casual, during his set, he told of someone defecating on the sidewalk in front of the Indian restaurant in the Tenderloin that he was about to dine at. He said the city has now become half Glee, half zombie movie. I think that's kind of a kind reference.
Not even zombies defecate on the street. I mean, have you ever seen a zombie defecate?
I don't think I have, although
No?
I'm not sure they have exactly the digestive process that we would be familiar with.
But
But I understand.
I understand zombies do have brain farts though.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think if you are a zombie, you're living in a constant brain fart. Eat brains. Okay. Well, no, that's only some zombies. See, zombie lore's all mixed up. I mean, tell me I'm wrong. I mean, you got slow walkers, fast walkers,
Fentanyl zombies.
Fentanyl zombies. That's right. Woo. Okay.
Fast zombies are best zombies. Train to Busan.
Yeah,
That's
San
pretty
Francisco.
zombies.
You know what? This is a genius observation here. Larry says a full zombie reality show. Yes, that's San Francisco. Indeed, you just summed it up. You should write for Dave Chappelle. And in fact, you don't even need a credential with the WGA.
I believe San Francisco is so bad that all the zombies have moved out because you don't see any in San Francisco. Even they can't live there.
Bath salt zombies.
Some of the footage that you'll see just someone just casually panning a camera across San Francisco. It looks like a post-apocalyptic zombie movie,
right? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, San Francisco is an amazing place, right? You go to Fisherman's Wharf, Tenderloin, all kinds of great places, right? But now you're taking your life into your own hands in San Francisco proper, just the whole city, which is why, I mean, you're dealing with London Breed and her ilk and everybody that's affiliated with that. But look, I mean,
sounds like a new wave band, London Breed.
Yeah, she does, doesn't she? Yeah. And that's why everybody moved. I mean, including our buddy Gary. So there you are. So.
There was, I believe, I can't remember the publication, but there was an article a couple of days ago by a progressive who'd written an article to debunk how San Francisco wasn't that bad. but ended up accepting and proving in their own article, yes, it really is that bad. So it's even the batshit crazy people are beginning to acknowledge things are bad.
Yeah, I actually have that article pulled up. It's
Oh, you got it. Yeah, good.
yeah.
I couldn't remember who wrote it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh. Go ahead. Keep going.
I was going to say they set out to say no, the place is great, and they ended up going, no, this is a shithole.
It was good. I mean, seriously, San Francisco's beautiful. I've
It
been
used
there
to
a
be.
few times.
You see, it's never been the same since Dirty Harry retired.
Well, I think it hasn't been the same since. Well, it's been a while since I could. Hey, Mighty Orbots says he got his hands on some sriracha sauce. Hey, we have sriracha seasoning in this household. But congratulations, it is delicious. Add that to many things. We got another. I think I already said that Toxic Man Flu gave 10 memberships. Did I say Toxic Man Flu gifted 10 Culture Casino memberships? I think that I did. Thank you, Toxic Man Flu. You are a good man.
Now he's dropping cash in super chats.
I know. I love it, you guys. I'm being showered with love. Shower the people you love with love. See, you came to a stream, you got a karaoke instead. Jason, you have something special for us in the back room. I almost said
The back door.
Yeah, I almost said that. Couldn't say it. Yeah, here we go. What do you got here for us?
All
Let's
right,
see.
this is the article
This is
that 70s rock fan was talking about. This is from Curbed.com. Elizabeth Weil, feature writer from New York. The headline: Spiraling in San Francisco's doom loop. What it's like to live in a city that no longer believes its problems can be fixed. I mean, that automatically just sets up things, doesn't it? So it basically goes through like Brian was saying, this notion of, oh, San Francisco can't be that bad. You know, it sets up here, you know, Mark Benioff and all of the donations that he's made and all the money he's thrown into San Francisco. And then you get further down into the article talking about how terrible things are post the pandemic, and how many people have left, how many people have been laid off, how many people have been just, abandoned by the city. The doom loopy vision laid out for downtown San Francisco was not pretty. Workers don't return, offices remain empty, restaurants shutter, transit agencies go bankrupt, tax bases plummet, public services disappear. According to research from the University of Toronto, cell phone activity in downtown San Francisco is 32% of pre-pandemic levels. That number is 75% in New York. And a culture, I think you had talked about this a couple of weeks ago. This specific statistic, I remember you mentioning it.
Yeah.
That San Francisco, you can tell about population density by how much cell phone usage is, and I mean the fact that it's a third of what it was,
that's insane.
Is very telling.
Yeah, and it also tells you that the people that are on the higher end of the socioeconomic scale are no longer there.
Yeah. And it goes down here. It talks about Cash App founder Bob Lee getting killed, and
God dang, let me tell you, that was crazy, right?
Yeah, it was. Let's see here. How does it feel to live in San Francisco? You have to deal with people, and people have their own personalities. What's difficult about life in this city? There's a lot of temptation. You have to deal with yourself. How did you end up here? My mother died. She had a stroke. And my father, he had a temper. He said, yeah, I don't like you. Like, okay. But the most telling thing is this on Market Street near 6th. They're talking about this security guard close to the Blick Art Supply. And she gets down here. Let me turn that off. She gets to talking to this guy.
All right.
And he's down there just for show as a guard. He's been told just let everything happen. He's not supposed to bother shoplifters. He's not supposed to stop anybody. Just, stand there 6'4" and look intimidating, and let's hope that helps, right? And at the end of the article, he's sending her photos and video of stuff that's going on. He's like, somebody's got to see this. Somebody has to know. Because right now, everybody who's down there is ignoring it and lying to themselves that everything's fine.
Yeah.
This whole article sets this up where this guard is, look, we're the dog in the house of fire.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing's going to get done. San Francisco is lost.
No, well, it's San Francisco's been lost. Again, it's one of those weird situations, and we'll get everybody back on the screen here. It's one of those weird situations where everybody knows what the problem is, but nobody in any position of any kind of authority or anybody of any integrity is talking about it.
Right.
You know, at least somebody with a megaphone. I mean, we talk about it. We have like our own version of a megaphone, but we're not. We don't have the resources to shift it. We don't have the political capital to shift it, and the people who do, well, this is the biggest problem. Their incentive to fix it is non-existent because it's better for the problem to exist. And that's the problem with politics right now. We started off in this direction. This goes all the way back to the Clinton presidency, where Dick Morris decided that we were going to have these wedge issues. These wedge issues in politics created obviously a divide between everybody, which created something to argue about rather than figuring out a joint solution to fix the problem. And you can always talk about this solution works, this solution doesn't, and you can test them all out. And then eventually you could essentially agree this solution works. More often than not, it's usually something that, you know, nobody ever thought of, and somehow you trip over it. But we aren't even there anymore. We can't do that anymore. And so in a city like, well, San Francisco, which has been blue forever, in a state that, you know, California, which has been blue forever, absent of two little brief interruptions between Reagan and obviously, you know, the governor. Yeah. There wasn't any of that. So that's where we're coming from. And if everybody just looks at that and realizes that, I think they're a little better off. And I have to stop real quick because I want everybody to talk about this. But we just got a massive gift of 20 CultureCasino memberships from our good friend Tender Warrior 68, who is on a mission to turn all of the names green in the chat. I want to say thank you so very much. I do appreciate that. Tender Warrior 68. I'm going to play this clip. We're going to get right back onto the San Francisco subject. Blah, 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 blah. And here we go.
I see you have money. Want to take me on a date?
Once again, thank you for your incredible generosity, my good friend Tender Warrior 68. We will be having another member stream this week. We are just going to try to keep all of you here. How do we keep you here? We give you content that's not available to everybody else. And for those of you who are subscribers, hang around because you might be gifted a membership. Well,
we give you Nick. We also give you Nick.
We do give you Nick. He joined us mid-stream. My buddy, my friend, my. You still look like Lemmy. I don't care what anybody says. You look
this
like
is gonna
Lemmy.
go soon, so yep, right in time, probably right before Dallas. I'm gonna go right back to the Lemmy. It's coming back. Oh, it's gonna come.
Mid-stream, does that mean we're half done?
We're almost half done. I feel like no, we're not really half done. Who knows? I mean, usually my time frame always falls out the window. Well, kind of like, wow. Unfortunately, time falls out a window quite often. But I want to say this about that. I want you guys' opinions on San Francisco because I gave you mine. Let's start with you. Let's start with Jason Sci-Fi, not Jason Comic Book. There.
I think San Francisco is not going to recover absent a major economic upheaval of biblical proportions. I don't think that San Francisco is going to recover ever. It's going to be one of these lost ghost towns because the only thing that you're going to have left are the drug addicts and the homeless people defecating in the streets and the rich politicians. I mean, you talk about a dystopian nightmare city. You know, those cities that you see in those movies when they got the walls around them and you got the rich people living up in those high
Elysium
places and everything else down here. That's San Francisco. And you might as well just drop a nuke on it.
But it's also California in general, right? Because I think you have an animation that we can show everybody right now.
I do. Let me double check, make sure that there's no Well, there's sound. Hang on a second here. Let me turn
Yeah.
off
Jason's going to share with us. Jason's going to share with us what's actually happening in the greater state of California, because we can look at San Francisco as a reference point, but every major city is suffering this, right?
Yep. And
It's
it's
got the video
interesting to
from
see where they're all
Oakland.
going.
Yeah, let's take a look at it. This is it. This is what's happening right now in California.
That's actually the feces spreading out from.
This see the thing about it is, though, look, there's so many going up to Oregon and Washington, but they're also going other places. You see all these other places where they're going. But look at that concentration around Austin. Now, I don't know that this means they're all going to Austin. I think it's just going to the center of the state in the map. They got to be going other cities in all of these places.
It's like a virulent infection.
It does.
It really does.
But they're going all except for Oregon and Washington. They're all going to red states.
Yeah.
I think that if you move from California to one of these states, those states should require a civics class, and they should say you're not going to vote in any local elections for 10 years. Because you are fleeing a failed state.
Okay.
And we have to make sure that you don't replicate. You need to prove that you've learned the lessons about what happened in California.
Yeah, because it's a failed state because of everything that you voted for the last 50 years.
Yeah.
Well,
you threw hundreds of years of understanding about human nature and human psychology and so forth. You just threw it out the window, and you assumed that you could institute these new laws that would somehow not have to square themselves with everything we know about human nature and human psychology, and that the results that they brought about results that were opposite of what you intended, and you need to let that sink in and figure that out and take your lumps before you're allowed to participate.
And stop blaming the other side for all your troubles. They have no sense of responsibility. Well, and it's I'm not just talking about the politicians, but the voters. Like, you keep expecting the same, they're doing the absolute definition of insanity, trying to do the same thing, expecting a different result each time. This has been a lot of this stuff is obviously not exclusive to California, but it's a lot of big cities, blue states, blue cities, and they keep trying the same thing and it's not working. And they think, we just need just the right politician to do it, and none of them are doing it. And they still think, I'll just keep blaming the right or the Republicans. It's just like, at what point do you realize that that's not the reason? And trust me, there'll be times where I wish I could blame them because they are absolutely useless and not doing anything. But if I want to blame them for something, I'll actually blame for something when they actually are the cause of something. But a lot of this falls on leftists policy. So I'm going to blame them, and they need to learn to take that responsibility and learn from their shit and stop taking their shit and bring it to other states.
We're no longer at a point where it's left and right. It's leftist, Marxist, communists against everybody else, whether they're liberals or libertarians or conservatives or whatever. All of those people are far enough to the right from the progressive leftist Marxists who are trying to remake this country into something that it is not built to do. And it's not even conservative liberal at this point. It's the Marxists versus everybody else. And they have to be stopped.
Yeah, go ahead, Jason, comic guy.
Yep. So we're in with kind of the social collapse that's occurring. We're entering new territory for those of you that are conservative or classical liberal or libertarian. By definition, you don't believe in social engineering. You don't believe in taking people and moving them to a boot camp or a re-education camp, and you don't believe in structuring other people's lives. What you believe in is fair laws and principles, and then let individuals sort it out, right? Have an even playing field with understandable rules and enforce those rules, and people can build their own lives. They can figure out their own lives, and they can let the chips fall where they may, right? So we're entering a situation that we're not comfortable with. We're not comfortable with what do you do with 100,000 people who are literally homeless? They've gone through the K through 12 education system. Society has given them all these building blocks and they've thrown it in the trash and they're living like animals, right? It is going to be very difficult for us to embrace this and deal with this because we don't come from a place of we're going to take you, put you on a bus and send you to a re-education camp where you can stop living like an animal. We don't do that. We set up systems where there's known rules that people are treated equally and fairly, and you get where you arrive by merit. But we're dealing with hundreds of thousands of people that have literally just given up, right? So we're in uncharted territory. But I think we just need to have clear rules, enforce them, and one of the rules is you don't get to camp out on the sidewalk.
At minimum.
Yeah, I mean, and here's the thing. I mean, California is sitting in potentially well over $18 to $20 billion deficit. It was originally announced way back in January or even maybe as far back as December that they were headed into a massive deficit position, and now it's even worse. I mean, with the mass exit of people, that's a tax base. Your tax base is abandoning you. You're going to have a deficit. That's just the way it's going to happen. You may have had a surplus briefly, which they did, but now it's in a massive deficit and it's only getting worse. It's worse now than it was, when they originally announced the deficit was going to happen. They just talked about it. It's been in several different locations, but that's neither here nor there. California is becoming quite a weird place.
State.
And I want to tell you, I want to say this. I love the state of California. I love Southern California specifically. I spent giant portions of my life in Southern California. So I have an affinity specifically to Del Mar and everything south. That's me, right? And you could probably say maybe not quite as far as north as Anaheim, but I mean, you could say south of Anaheim, pretty much all of Southern California was that. I have a love letter that I would like to write to that part of California, but you're getting a creep in of a lot of failed stuff from Northern and Central California. LA down, it's like decay. You can actually track it, but let's jump in real quick to some of these wonderful super chats from some of these amazing humans that think that I'm okay. I can't believe that. I think it's kind of weird, but thank you for thinking I'm okay. I did miss one super sticker earlier from my buddy Parrothead. Thank you for the $1.49 super sticker. And of course, 16-bit mascot drops in the hail. Casanets, Cassianos, cultists? Yeah, that's it. No, that's not it. We're not cultists here. But I would like to say thank you to those dropping the emojis in the chat right now. For those of you on your mobile devices, I appreciate you. Also appreciate the $5 super chat. So I want to play this and then we'll move on to the next one because we've got a lot of them. Thank you. You guys are generous and I appreciate it. We're going to do this.
Wow, it's generous. I don't really get that kind of money, but glad you do. So thanks.
Yeah, speaking of which, Toxic Manflu says for $2, Culture sells a ton of hair weaves to zombies. Never done that before, but hey, if there's a market in it, I'll sell to anybody. So yeah.
Wow, it looks like I just found your house back there. Ya bum.
So that's for you, Tox. Okay, going on. We got Christian Delorme, my buddy in Canada, for $5. Says, I just saw Brian, and here I am. Well, I see Brian. Brother. I see Brian a lot. He's handsome. Okay, so your background is a Scotsman from Texas in Canada.
Scotsman who's now a Canadian, but has lived in Texas.
Okay, I'm gonna need a roadmap for some of this weirdness, but thank you.
And it's been just about everywhere.
Thank you, Christian Delorme, for that. I appreciate it.
Your kindness knows no bounds. Except for whatever $sign you chose to stop at.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. And Toxic Man for another $2 says CultureCasino is the doom loop of love. All right. I'm not sure what that is.
Of love, perhaps.
But you could spend less money on a super chat, but yeah.
Well, $2. You must be super generous for a Dutch person.
What, we'll have a coupon day or something.
You beat me super one day there, brother. I appreciate that. And this truer statements have never been said from my good friend Christian DeLorme out of Canada for another $5. Thank you, my friend. Lots of you are trying to sponsor tonight's show. I appreciate it. But he says, how long would Dirty Harry last in modern San Francisco? As a cop, not very long. As a problem solver, I think he's got plenty of work to do. I don't know. What do you guys think?
It might take about a few years to now get rid of all the gangbangers, like seriously, and then there's the people who work in all the buildings who are not gangbangers but are still absolutely corrupted, and then you got the politicians and you got Hollywood. Yeah, I think he's going to need a 2 presidential terms to clean house.
Yeah, it would turn into a Death Wish movie.
Well, that's completely different. And
okay, what's the problem?
Yeah, he's okay. So Death Wish guy
Death Wish
dead.
3.
Clint's still alive, so that just tells you Dirty Harry is probably hardcore. All right, thank you for that. And you know what? You're going to get a You Rock.
Thank you. Yeah, that's really all I got. Thanks for your being kind and supporting the channel. Yeah.
And I just want to say this. I give Toxic Man Flu a lot of hard times because, it's Toxic Man Flu.
We do know that you're hard for Toxic Man Flu.
No. I mean, actually, I think it's going to be Toxic Cactus Flu or Cactus Man Flu in Dallas, something like that.
I think his phone was hacked. This does not sound like Toxic.
It doesn't.
There's something.
This is
somebody who hacked his phone.
He said something nice about Nick, and it didn't involve Waffle Crisp. I don't know.
He's either really drunk and tipsy, or somebody stole his phone.
So now we're knowing the real talks then. If he's drunk.
It's
all making sense now.
Yeah. And then he's gonna hug you. He's gonna suggest body care products, like from my personal line.
Well,
and
we're by the way together in Dallas next month. Sharing all the love.
Speaking of which, for those of you who are traveling to Dallas,
that's me.
The week before. Make sure that you're watching Good Morning Multiverse because we have the weather forecast every Saturday morning.
Ooh.
You're gonna need it.
Hot and sweaty. That's all
it's gonna be fine. Stop it. Don't dissuade anybody, Brian. I'll be angry.
It's all right. Just helps you get naked quicker.
I need to A, read the super chat, and B, reward it. So I don't really want to reward it. But Toxic Manful for $2 says Nick is a beautiful man. Wow, your idea of beautiful.
But how do you define a man toxic? I mean, you're not an expert.
He's not a biologist.
Wow. See why I only did $2? Huh.
Yeah, sorry about that, Jason. I didn't mean to cut you off. But
I was going to say you could remake that song. Girl, you'll be a woman soon. Man, you'll be a woman soon.
You'll be a woman.
So on this topic of San Francisco, the song I was thinking of was the old Scott McKenzie hit. If you're going to San Francisco, be sure to wear some feces in your hair. That's my favorite.
I hear you. Speaking of which, people I hear, Lou Capadona, dude, look at that guy plus the baby. That's awesome. For $2 says San Francisco is a poop hole, literally, and Seattle is close to it. Look, I mean, anytime you have to, this is weird. Anytime you have to create an app that is a poop app, it's non-negotiable. You can't even argue it. It's just, we created this because, no bueno. No bueno. But look, I'm going to keep saying it. I love the state of California. Anytime you've been able to spend time there, live there, whatever, it's Southern California specifically. The problem is current politics lead to a lot of issues. But this young person sent me $2. I'm going to try not to insult them a lot. I'm going to do this.
Oh, look at this little super chat right there. He's so cute and small. Get it?
Very good. Thank you for your support. There's a lot of these. Go ahead.
It just occurred to me as we were talking about San Francisco and the feces on the sidewalk. I think a litmus test you can use, and I'm not an expert, but a litmus test you can use is that if your city is bringing back problems that the Romans solved, maybe your city's headed in the wrong direction.
Well, I mean, Gosh,
this is where the next virus is going to develop, because it's just going to be somewhere on the street, and it's going to, I mean, it's and zombie outbreaks coming from California.
Unsubscribe from you.
But guys, our economy is doing fine, so it's okay if we have poo everywhere on the street.
We've got zombies in office.
Okay, all right, real quick, because I don't want it to go by before I can acknowledge it. Kitty Bear, a member for almost a year now. Thank you, my friend. Says, Death Race 2023, San Francisco, make a great hit. That would actually be an interesting thing. Really would. Yeah, and real quick, my buddy Christian Delorme for a Canadian $5 says, enough of weaves. Tell us about your Camaro. Wow, my 1979 Burlo Netta was an incredible beast. I rebuilt that and put a lot of love into it. A 4-barrel carb monstrous engine. I had air shocks before we had hydraulics, ladies and gentlemen, so I could raise the back end of my car upwards. I had a massive stereo system in there. It was a huge chick magnet, and for one entire year, I had the Surf Punks stuck in the tape deck, and it just kept flipping over and over and over. So I listened to My Wave Baby and so many other things. What a great year of having a tape stuck in your tape deck.
What happened to the car?
Oh, well, I had a 10 disc changer in the trunk, so I could switch to other stuff. But what happened to the car?
What happened to the car?
It got passed over to the second oldest, and I sold it to him for a song, and he promptly destroyed the car in an automobile accident. So there you go. My pride and joy. Spent a lot of money. Man, the tires on that, especially the rear tires, because I mean, we're talking like little skinnies in the front and monsters in the back. And yeah, it's not like I ever went drag racing ever at all, but maybe I did, maybe sometimes. We can talk a lot about what you can do to a Camaro. Let me tell you, there's a lot you could have done back then. There's a lot you could do now. By the way, most of those cars are bricks. So if you can find one now, you can still make that a humming piece of steel, and it would be a great time. I think one of the like a 460 Javelin would be another vehicle to acquire, because that's basically a flying brick that just is stuck at 3 feet off the ground at best, depending upon how much you can find to elevate it to 3 feet, which is usually a big jump. But anyway, we got to get back to things. Thank you very much for that, Chris Delorme. I appreciate being dragged down memory lane, my friend. We got OC Giggin here saying, oh, shoot, I didn't give him a super chat. Thanks. Well, you know what? Let me do that real quick. I apologize. Yeah.
Words cannot express the gratitude that comes from culture towards you on this day, or they can, but it's just one of those things you say. Thanks.
I mean, it is one of the things you say. I mean, that's true. When somebody gives you a compliment or money, like that. Okay, we got one more time. Well, wait, no, what? Yeah, there it is. OC Gigan, what's up, buddy? For $4.99, Little Mermaid pre-sales here in OC are not looking good. Coupon video, please. Okay. I don't remember which one that was. Oh, is it the Dutch one? I want to say this, OC Gigan. Pre-sales aren't looking good anywhere for Little Mermaid, but I think this is the one you're looking for.
Well, $2. You must be super generous for a Dutch person.
What, we'll have a coupon day or something.
All right, everybody. I appreciate that. And thank you, OC Gig. And I hope I gave you the coupon you were looking for. Look, I already told you about the Camaro. Oh, wait, I already did that one. Oh, and the Camaro scored you, Culture Boss. Well, there's a story that is not for this stream about the Camaro and Culture Boss's family. Let's just put it that way. Someday we'll talk about this. The Culture Boss loved me a long time because I was just amazing. And I'd actually already in high school, my senior year of high school, I'd already started a very successful company. So my senior year. So there you are. But thank you for that. We got to dive into that someday. We'll get there someday. I promise. Once again, okay, so I'm going to split the difference because this is Canadian dollars and I haven't played this one yet. So you get this.
You get to give money to a organization that sends food to children in other countries. You could have given $3 to a bum on the street. But instead, you decided to give $3 to the guy that looks like a bum. Thank you for your generosity.
Thank you for your generosity, and that's not a comment on Canadian money at all. So don't be offended by that in any way. Hey, look, Toxic Manflu sends me another $2. Says me love that 70s rock fan. Long time.
Not quite as long as I'd like it to be, Toxic, but you know,
long time.
You know what? You know what, Tox? This is for you. Yeah.
Which one was Tox though?
Come on. I know this. No. Oh wow.
Which one was Tox?
Wow. My buddy, my buddy.
Jason said that.
my buddy, who I think is not who this name is. No weave on this ass, and I can't highlight it because it's a member chat. Says, these are not the clean streets you were looking for. Well, there's Star Wars reference for you. I agree. Let's get back to the regular chat and say, I love you guys so very much. We got the Peter Venkman fan site here, guys. Awesome. Good to see you, Peter Venkman.
Hello.
Fan site. Culture rivaled Fabio in his Camaro. I did, actually. Dude, at one point in time, I couldn't get into my Camaro comfortably because I was rocking a freaking Hawk that was hitting the ceiling.
I'd actually argue you rivaled Ron Jeremy. I saw your stash.
Oh, God. Some of those. Okay, so the boss is threatening right now to reveal high school and post-high school, early college pictures of me. And I'm like, no.
Short hair with the stash.
Oh,
he could have been like in like a porn like called like Behind the Pink Curtain or something.
Look, I'm embarrassed enough by all the things I did. Young me did. I'm a better man for it, but young me was
needed and filled with AIDS.
What would Nick say? Young, dumb, and full of cum. Is that what you would say, Nick?
No, you should be full of pizza instead.
I did not have a mullet. 9-9, you ate one. Yeah. I did not have a flowing mullet, though. I love that. That's a great name, by the way. That's fantastic. I see Willie in the chat. What's up? Christian Delorme, my goodness. Woo! He said for 10 Canadian dollars, he says, you can't hurt my feelings. I've been married for 10 years. Oh my.
No, 23 years.
You can be humbled in moments. There are times to be humbled. You know what? We haven't played this a lot. Let's do this one.
Your kindness knows no bounds. Except for whatever $sign you chose to stop at.
Hey, there you go. Yeah, his mustache looks like it gave directions instead of rides. Well, thanks. Gosh, there's so much love in this chat. Someday, I'm going to release some ridiculous pictures. I looked like Tony Hawk at one point in time. Well, I might have met Tony Hawk and talked to him at length and skated with him at the Keyhole at Del Mar Skate Ranch. But hey, that's another lifetime ago. Holy cow. We got another $2. Whoops. Hey, I need to see those pictures, says a lovely Sherry. No, you don't, Stabby Sherry. I know what you do with pictures.
Sherry, I've seen them.
Shush it. You shush it. Shush it. We got Parrot Head for another $2 super chat. Says Spaceballs. The super chat. Well, I wish I had that. You know what? You're going to get this one. You are cool, my friend. Thank you very much, Parrothead. Parrothead's been around forever. He supports everybody. Parrothead's great. Speaking of great. Oh, wait, by the way, Derpnator's here says, oh, hail the 199. Indeed. But speaking of great, well, the 199 is great. But additionally, greatness shows up in, somebody who is going to be featured on the poster for the Dallas meetup. Southern Belle for $5 says, Culture and Boss sitting in a Camaro weaving his hair. Weaving. That's right. It's like, something weird. Yeah. Okay. All right. You guys are killing me with the super chats. By the way, I appreciate them very much. We got folks over on Rumble saying, side Rumble. Okay. So I see why. You certainly don't respect your audience. What are you talking about? I just read your chat, bro. What are you doing over there? I don't respect mine. I just love my audience. Long time. Anyway, thank you so very much for that. I do appreciate it. And Southern Belle is great. I'm gonna, in fact, so great. I'm gonna say this.
Wow. It's generous. I don't really get that kind of money, but glad you do. So thanks.
Yeah, I do appreciate it, Southern Belle. Very, very much. Let's see what else is going on. Merchandising. That's right. I appreciate that. The 199. Is that no? Did I not say? Did I not say the 199? Am I doing it wrong? Everyone keeps misspelling Camaro. Oh, okay. That's the problem. I'm trying to figure out what's going on in Rumble because somebody's like, "Did you not see the visual offense it is?" I'm sorry. It is the 199. Am I doing it wrong? Somebody tell me I'm doing it wrong. I can't be doing it wrong.
I don't understand the reference.
Look, we got more to get through, and I'm glad that we're at this point because there is stuff to talk about. Jason, what is this?
We were talking about zombies earlier. Here's Diane Feinstein.
No.
Still in office. Still in office, ladies and gentlemen.
She's like a Soviet Politburo member. She won't resign.
I know.
I don't know what just happened right there. Look, this is not my fault. Jason shared something. I shared it.
I will give you.
Wow. Is that the lovely Sherry? Thank you for that.
That is Anna de Armas.
Yeah, same thing. I'm pretty sure Anna de Armas is. Thank you. I'm pretty sure Anna de Armas is also the lovely Sherry. She just doesn't.
The Anna Dongus.
No, we're talking
Dongus.
I mean, you gotta have a little balance here, right?
I had to ruin that. I had to ruin that.
Can't do that anymore. My buddy, yeah. Praxis Caesar says, yes, Muppets are a parody of morons who will believe anything. I love Rumble. LOL. Wait, Real Wade Nation on Rumble says, I'm 15 away from 400 on my YouTube. Congratulations. Congratulations. Real Wade Nation Gaming. Check him out. He's amazing. Okay, we're going to do this. We're going to get to another story. Look, no matter what, we're going to get to 2 stories on my stream. At least. I don't care what it takes. You're going to have to deal with it. So my greatest disappointment this week was encapsulated in one event. And I didn't want to believe it at first. And I think a lot of you on this panel probably didn't know what it meant until you researched what it meant. Elon Musk hired a CEO. Not a good one. Elon Musk hired Twitter CEO 3 days ago. She says she started 3 months ago. This is even worse news, by the way. This is from the street. That's financial conversation, guys. So who do you believe here? I know this. She says, Elon Musk had, however, announced the arrival of Linda Yaccarino on May 11th, adding that she will start in 6 weeks. Is it a simple mistake? No. Is it a typo? Difficult to know. So, look, who do you believe in this situation? First and foremost, if you don't know who this lady is, Linda Yaccarino, she is a WEF adherent. She is somebody who believes in everything that Klaus believes. Yes, she's a high-powered ad executive. She built up a very decent, ad revenue stream for NBC Universal. None of that can be argued. But Elon Musk announced on May 11th that he found his replacement as CEO. And this is not the person any of us would have accepted, expected, or appreciated. And TZ Burton's 100% right. The WEF is Spectre. Speaking of Spectre, yeah. Yaccarino sounds like pasta. Thank you, Smiles. That's a good take. Look, a WEF adherent. There's nobody more WEF adherent than my friend Fat Steven, who joins us. Good to see you, Fat Steven.
How you doing?
I'm really happy that right now that is mostly hidden by your name.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Hi, chat. Hey, culture. Hey, Nick has a beard. That's nice.
Yeah, Nick
Hey,
looks
so-
good, right?
Thanks.
What are you guys doing? Who's the
It's been a long time, fat ass.
Hey, thank you, Shorty. How is it out down there in the Munchkin Village next to the Witch of the West? You doing good down there?
You're the one down there.
Okay,
No, I'm 6'4".
Look, you guys, stop smack talking. We're talking about a serious
I
thing.
love you, you big boy.
We are talking about the future. The future.
Future.
So if Musk is going to be in charge of sysops, does that mean she's going to be in charge of psyops?
No, she's going to be in charge of layoffs because she's going to be the first one laid off.
God, I hope so. But anyway,
I
so
don't know what
so
you
here's
think
where we're at.
she's
So
doing.
she says he says, excuse me, my role will transition to being executive chair and CTO, overseeing product, software, and SaaS. Now, I need to ask a few questions because I mean, I know a couple things about business. Thing number one. Does he need a CEO? Does he need a CFO? Does he need a CTO? This is a privately held company. Does he need any of these formal offices at all?
I think he's trying to find someone that he can trust enough to handle it the way he did while he can do what he loves, which is pretty much the back end coding stuff, right? He does love doing that. He loves the hands-on stuff. This is an assumption. And I think he's going to go through a couple people if this one doesn't work out because he wants to make sure that it's not only an enemy of one side, it's an enemy of another, and no one feels like it's taking favoritism. This is just an observation. I am not choosing sides.
I understand.
I have
And
also seen speculation that she's a white hat infiltrator. Because various besides the WEF stuff, I mean, she was a Trump appointee. She's got certain connections to conservatives. People she follows on Twitter. I mean, people are making the case both sides that she's either terrible, as Charles Barkley level terrible, or she's a double agent. She's a she's a secret agent, a double agent, and I don't know. I've seen enough on both sides that has been argued whether or not she's good or not. If her sole concentration is getting Twitter back to ad revenue generating, which is what she's done over at NBC, then maybe there are specific guardrails in place as her job definition for CEO says this is what you're going to do and nothing else.
Well, then he should have made her chief marketing officer. And look, I want to give everybody the benefit of the doubt, right? I mean, I respect Yolanda Gaines, and please give this woman a chance. She could be a double agent. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Maybe he knows better than I do. He might. He's a pretty smart guy.
he did say, don't make assumptions early, and he's posted about some of the concerns that people have been saying. He's like, don't jump to conclusions. I can't remember exactly what he said, but
it's been incredibly weak, and I'm going to keep going at her. I mean, every time some woke decision gets made, I'm going right at her now.
See, look, okay, all right. All right, there's another thing we also got to throw into factor here, and the fact that he's going back to the more hands-on, making Twitter more viable for a user, and the way he's pushing subscriptions and stuff. He has the ability right now. Let's say he puts her in charge and lets the evil witch of the West, so to say, run whatever. Okay, it could all be just a farce. She just tweets stuff, but nothing is ever really done, put in paper, put in print, whatever. If he is able to get Twitter up to run up against YouTube and give us studio creator tools and give us the ability to be seen more than an algorithm and a platform that does nothing else but choose one side, and he has more time to do that. At the end of the day, he can still fire her and take that place back. And we still have another thing that's compromisable and more beneficial than what YouTube is giving us now. So there is that we have to look at.
I know, and he's been talking about building out the creator tools for a while, and I think he really wants to do it because I think he does want to create X because he's been talking about that for 2 decades.
Yeah.
But I think Renee has a better point here, which is, did VR let you out of the basement?
I don't know. Was it before or after you replaced your hair with horsehair? I can't remember.
It wasn't me. It was Renee.
Hi, I'm talking about you, not Renee. Renee's nice.
And remember that Elon, when he announced her as the CEO, he specifically said that she was the new CEO of X Twitter.
Yeah.
So there seems to me there's a difference besides just being the CEO of Twitter. She's in whatever this is going to expand into as part of the plan. Assuming that she does the job she's supposed to do, and he doesn't fire her in 5 months.
Jason made a good point. As long as she can stay unbiased and make sure that she runs the platform as a platform for all, let's say, free speech, then that's fine, because we know the history of Twitter, especially when the Twitter notes all came out. If it is given the balance where you can say and you're punished or not punished for what you say, and it's done fairly and concise, then we're fine. No committee like the Twitter committee all eating a little keto salads and pretending they're doing the best thing ever.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Go ahead, Jason. You're free.
So I'm unaware of her resume. Don't like the WEF stuff. However, I watched about 2 minutes of the press conference where they're sitting there talking to each other, and and my takeaway was with her demeanor, it was like, who's working for who? Because she was talking to him like he was the employee. So if you get a chance to watch that, I got a bad vibe off of it. She was not deferential. She was not. She was borderline disrespectful. A little bit belittling. Like, you're not going to be tweeting at 3 a.m. anymore, right? And I'm just like, I don't know. So time will tell. But so far, I'm a little concerned.
Do you have that video?
I understand his point of view, because let's not forget, she was also, besides the WEF, she was one of those people who was absolutely hardcore pro everything with the China thing.
Yeah. No, you're 100% right. She definitely leaned into the lockdown status stuff. You're 100% right, Nick. Real quick, I want to grab some Rumble chats real fast. TZ Burton joined us over there. We got Constock over there. Yay, Yaccarino. Yeah, I know what that is. Gosh, you guys are so brilliant. The Rumble chat's on fire. TZ Burton says, I don't trust WEF members. And Praxis Seizure says she is an elitist monster, like making Christine Lagarde your CEO. Interesting. Doesn't mean you're terrible. Look, I mean, the problem is that it's like the rules for thee and not for me thing. I hate it, right? And you know what? Yolanda Gaines could be correct. She could be a white hat. She could have been a double agent. She could have been somebody that was, playing on the inside, as an opportunity to move upwards. Well, she certainly did, because at NBC Universal, she did get into the most executive position for what she specializes in, which is advertising. Yep. So yeah, we'll have to see. You
know what she could do first that would really score some points is unban Alex Jones from Twitter. As the CEO, my first act, we're going to unban everybody. We're going to unban Alex Jones, because, Alex Jones is still not allowed back on Twitter because Elon doesn't like it.
Okay, but what's the upside there? Because Alex already said, don't bring me back on Twitter. He said personally, don't bring me back.
Well,
so, I mean, but what's the upside? I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, Trump says
it's a hollow gesture.
Yeah, but I mean,
it's a gesture.
Well, sure, but Trump says he's not going to post on Twitter, and then yet they unban him, and he hasn't posted on Twitter. What's the upside? See, there's no upside there. Yeah,
I think it's more it's more symbolic than anything else.
Yeah, and look,
I don't think it's the symbolism that she believes in, though. She believes in different symbolism.
Look, if you're all about a message, you're always going to sell that message. And so we'll just see. I'm going to give it 2 weeks before I cancel my Twitter Blue. Because the only reason I invested in Elon Musk is because I thought he was genuine about what he was doing. We can't have restriction of information. We can't have the downgrading or the shadow banning or any of this other bullshit, right? We can't limit people's reach.
And I got to point out, she hasn't even started yet, and a lot of people are making assumptions that that's what's going to happen. We don't know for sure
because of the track record of Twitter in general before Elon. But we can still. It's the same application where we apply it to Disney and how they've treated Marvel, Disney properties, or how we look at DC, or how we look at any other franchise company that has turned into a socio-political message system rather than delivering entertainment. It's the same shit with Twitter. It's all funded in the same line. It WEF or not, it's still just nut job holding a pitchfork on the horse like Napoleon.
Okay, but let me point out this one thing when it comes to media sales, because I've worked in television for various different network affiliates. When a salesperson changes from one TV station to another TV station in the market, they are selling that new TV station and they are saying everything that they can and don't buy this other station. Well, you were just worked there. Yeah, I know, but I work here now. And salespeople are loyal to the people they're selling.
Yep.
And if she's coming up from the advertising game, it's entirely possible that Twitter, masks, whatever, WEF, that's her sales pitch because that's where her revenue is coming from. Salespeople are the worst when it comes to loyalty because they are selling whoever is paying their salary.
So pretty much they're like a robot.
Commission. And they will switch on a dime. If they go to work someplace else, then that's where their loyalty is.
So
and the bad ones will say anything to make the sale.
So you're pretty much describing a gopher. They go for wherever the money is.
Yeah, and if that's the case, then if she gets her marching orders from Elon and Elon says X Twitter is going to be the last bastion for free speech, okay, boss, that's what I'm selling.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's the nub of the question, though, Jason. Is she going to adhere to the corporate standards that Elon has implemented?
Yeah.
Or is she going to override those in favor of her personal standards?
Depends how much
we don't know. We don't know yet.
We're not going to know that until we see what she does.
It also depends how much she likes money.
Well, I think she may like money. I mean, everybody does.
You know what I mean? How
much I feel you. I feel you. It's one of those times when I feel like if she's a white hat, like Yolanda thinks, and I have no reason to believe that any of these things are true. There could be there could be a future here, but the problem is if she strays outside of her lane and she is an adherent, which she has been, she's an executive something or another, executive chairman of some shit over on the WEF for like global fuck you, and so I'm not thrilled about that. Whenever you have those logos behind you that say World Economic Fuck You, they're there to fuck you. I'm sorry.
Well, this is what I was saying, Culture.
Monetization's right out the window right now.
To be a member like her, a senior member of the WF, means that she has a certain set of core beliefs and things that they've stated clearly in public that they wish to achieve, many of which appear to be at odds with what Elon's been saying. So is she going to follow his chairmanship and standards he set, or is she going to say, I don't care, I have this higher set of beliefs, therefore I'm going to implement those in the way I treat people on this platform? We don't know. I think she's got a lot to prove. Let's put it that way.
I think everyone's going to be watching too, and it's going to be like Michael Jackson gif with the popcorn. Let's go. Let's
well, and that's and see, you know what? And Elon set himself up for that. Sorry, he did. I mean,
Well, he's human. He's going to make mistakes, right? That's what we're all waiting for.
Dude, it's always with ladies. This is not supposed to be offensive. He always sets himself up with crazy chicks.
He does.
He is interested in the strange, weird ladies.
Then look at him like Barney from How I Met Your Mother.
But Culture's right though. He does have this weird thing. Let's not forget Amber Heard, Eliza Blue, and now this. He has a very odd habit, and I will give him credit that he admits to things that when he's wrong on. And he's also said before, like, I'm gonna make mistakes and just call it out. And people have there are things that I like that he's done with Twitter, and there's definitely some things I absolutely do not like. So he's been I'd say overall mixed bag. Maybe I'd say maybe on 60-40, 60% good, 40% not as good. Honestly, I'd like to be wrong about her, and I'm gonna give them both a chance to see how this goes. Probably I'll give it 3 months to be more fair, because it might take more than just a month before we truly know. Because all it takes is start off good in 1 month. Okay, I'm in for this. But then all of a sudden something happens. I don't know, another 2 months later. It's like, okay, is the good gonna outweigh the bad? Because no matter what happens, whether she goes WEF obsessive or not, we just gotta see, is her good gonna outweigh her bad? That's gonna be the more important thing. If she's gonna do something at some point, we're not gonna agree with. It's inevitable.
Jacob. Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but Jacob's leaving. A lot of people. Look, I'm gonna say that Southern Bell's right. Elon's naive.
Oh, that's an understatement.
Ladies, I mean, look, he was really into the bed shitter. Damn, I'm cursing like crazy tonight. Anyway, but no, it's
that's a Sean Connery statement. The bed shitter.
Hey, shit the bed, man.
Let's just put it this way.
The bed shitter.
If everything on Twitter that's been going on turns into an animated series, we know we've reached the deep end. That's what I'm waiting for. The Elon Musk animated series is just things that happen in Twitter. It's going to be great.
Yeah, no, it's a weird thing. I mean, Joe's right. I mean, Elon thinks he can tame the shrew. Yeah, Joe. I mean, I'm with you, bro. And I owe you a show appearance. I'm sorry, man. I just haven't had a chance. But you're right. I mean, he thinks that he can tame the strange. I mean, that's the actual way to say that. Tame the strange. That's the dude's loaded up for crazy. I mean, he's always been that way. I mean, look at the ladies that have borne his children. He's not exactly got the track record you want to support. And he's not exactly with the ladies he's knocked up either. So, I mean, it's one of those weird things.
He's still with the current one, isn't it, Grimes?
Yeah. Oh, that's a brilliant idea. Southern Belle just nailed it. We need to, I'm going to take from that. We need to make X/Twitter condoms just for Elon.
It would help.
Yeah. Like Nike has the swish on one side and just do it on the other. He just needs one that says X.
Yeah, and you know what? This is the truth. Peter Venkman fan site. Monkey Jeebus isn't edgelord. He serves it up. Earth calling Canadian Spider-Man. Whoa! Why are we attacking each other? Don't do that in the chat, guys. Look, look. You can go after me. I can take it, and I can ignore you.
Childish.
But don't go after other people. That's fine. And
don't be a cunt,
if you're jesting, if you guys are having a fun interaction, that's different. But just I don't like ad hominem attacks against anybody, especially other people on my panel. I mean, you can come after me. It's fine. Got thick skin. I'm old. I don't care a lot. But these other folks, they don't deserve it. And and they don't have my kind of hair. I mean, my hair is like shield for.
I do, but it's between my legs. It's really hard to.
That is not going to work out well. Look, I have more.
It's like a My Little Pony.
Disavow. I disavow.
Bleach.
Nick,
is there a problem if it's Rainbow?
I don't care. Look, Rainbow was a good band, man. Let's be.
Yes, Rainbow's a great band.
Okay, I'm trying to find Nick. Nick said I chatted in the chat.
He's the F word, bro. You can't.
I can't see it at all. It's fine. I'm gonna do this.
Let me write it again.
Did Rainbow do Street of Dreams?
In the chat?
I don't know, but this is cousin chafing right now. This is like I got Coleman.
Wait. Did you say F in the chat?
Yeah, he did.
Said, fuck.
Yeah, fuck.
In the chat?
Yes.
Straight up.
You know the F-U-C-K?
You said this in the chat?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Demonetized.
Hey, there you go. See?
Yeah, well, I don't see it anymore.
Say something, so I did.
All right. Why can't I see it? I don't see it on my side.
What are you asking to see again?
Well, I'm trying to find this. I'm trying to find this in the chat,
but it didn't happen.
It's up a ways.
You have to scroll. You know, that thing on the wheel, buttons, mouse.
But I'm trying to find it. Where is my? I see 16-bit mascot. I see a lot of people. I see. I can't find Nick saying the bad word. Even though
it's highlighted. Yeah.
That's so messed up.
If Nick's talking, he's muted.
I just said fuck again. That's all.
I don't see that either.
F's in the chat for Nick's F chat. Come on.
I can see it. It's there.
Why can't I see this right now?
Have you tried opening your eyes?
Part the weave, and you can see it.
You know what?
Are you wearing the right prescription?
I'm going to go back to people who like me, who send me money. That's what I'm going to do.
Oh, so you don't like people who send you money? Bye, chat.
Wait, look, okay, so Christian
There's a
DeLore
name for those kind of people.
Yeah, what are they called? What are they called? I think they're called Twitter Blue. No.
Christian DeLore for another Canadian $5 says, "Do you have pics of meat and gravy-loving ladies? Do you have any of those, Jason?"
Look at all the X.
Well, I just so happened because I thought we needed a palate cleanser after the whole.
Wow, it's generous. I don't really get that kind of money, but glad you do. So thanks.
You have a palate cleanser?
Well, we have palate cleansers.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. That works. Okay, there you go. She loves gravy. She loves meat, and she is Gina Carano, one of the greatest ladies on the planet. Thank you, Jason, for cleansing the palate.
I can't breathe. This sticker's killing me.
I do try.
All I see is Culture's forehead.
See, look at how beautiful she is and smart. She's funny. She's everything.
Cultures, put your eyes a little above you. Could be Kilroy.
I know this guy. I know this. Wait.
There you go. Kill.
I'm Kill Culture. Wait, no, that doesn't sound good.
Culture Roy.
I also don't like that. All right. Well, thank you for that, Canadian Christian DeLorme, with your Canadian $5. I already played a thing for you. Wait, we need somebody else.
Damn, she could play Elizabeth in BioShock if they ever did BioShock.
Oh, indeed. Christian DeLorme for another Canadian $5. A Canadian hat trick. Brian, Steven, and me. Yeah, that was way too much Canada.
I'm meeting him in the summer. He's coming up with his wife.
I know. I've already met him.
Awesome.
No, I'm going to meet him.
Look. I love my Canadians, but look, more than 3 of you. I don't know. I don't know.
Your kindness knows no bounds. Except for whatever $sign you chose to stop at.
True story.
Get 3 Canadians together, you'll get an argument about hockey.
A lot of apologies.
I went to a boxing match and a hockey game broke out. But look, Yolanda Gaines says this, and she said it already, but I just wanted to highlight it because it was important. Give her a chance. She could be a double agent. Everything she's ever done or said is not in line with freedom. But hey, we'll watch. We'll see what happens. Mm-hmm. It is what it is.
Yeah. Let's just give it a genuine shot, because if we just react so quickly, we don't become any more different than like Darth Cuntus, and I'm not going to be like that.
Kathleen Kennedy.
Let's be fair let's just be fair and say, okay, let's see how this plays out, because at least we could say we gave a fair shot. We're cautious. We should be cautious.
I think.
But let's be fair.
I think one of the things that we should try to do, it is very, very much more difficult now than it was when Reagan was president, but apply the policy trust but verify. If we extend a certain amount of trust to begin with and give her a shot, see what she does, and then if she crosses that line and does some things that are no bueno, then that's time to raise the stink and maybe Elon fires her. But I mean, Toxic Manflu's got a point there with that. Is we haven't really seen a whole lot of consequences coming out of anybody's actions yet.
Be fair, we gotta be real here with that. They weren't ever. It was more of just it was always meant to be one thing, a direct confirmation of what we knew for those who already knew. And could it have had it had more reach? Could more eyes got on it? Sure, but we all know that the CNNs of the world didn't cover it. A lot of people don't even know these things happen. If people actually knew, and that's the thing, that was done on purpose.
Well, and importantly, I'll just read the super chat because Toxic Manflu sent it, and this is one of those wonderful points. What exactly have the Twitter files done? Well, they've increased awareness. They woke a lot of people up. Tox is going to say nothing, absolutely nothing. Well, I would say a lot of people that weren't aware are now aware, especially after the congressional hearings. Like the Hunter laptop being true, the needle hasn't moved an inch. I think a lot of people are awake. The problem is the mainstream media won't cover it, like Nick was suggesting. You're not getting coverage there. But I want to say thank you for the super chat, my friend. Dude, I get to hang out with you tomorrow. My life is so good. I get to hang out with my friends all the time. But you know what? You're going to get the $3 one because it makes me happy.
You get to give money to a organization that sends food to children in other countries. You could have given $3 to a bum on the street. But instead, you decided to give $3 to the guy that looks like a bum. Thank you for your generosity.
Yeah, thank you very much. And over on the Rumble side, Praxis Seizure is, living up to the name, says, first of all, people who are incredibly forgetful, which is what legacy media banks on, because it works. And secondly, it's irrelevant. Well, I'm going to tell you this. When it comes to Butt Wipe, the beer label that is, a form of piss water, I would say that people aren't that forgetful. They are pretty much going to say fuck you for the rest of that brand's existence, and probably all of Anheuser-Busch. You took ridiculously long-lived brand over 100 years and shat on it in the course of a week, to the point where the guy that built the brand to what it is now, the number one beer brand in the world, or well, at least the United States, it basically says it's irrecoverable, and they destroyed my brand that I took decades to build in a week. He's not wrong. Mr. Lackey's 100% right. And you're just now seeing what will happen over time when things, become more common knowledge. And I'm not responding obviously to the chat that's on the screen. I'm responding to something over on Rumble, but and the plebes says my bud's been wiped. Yes, it has.
You see, Culture, this is where it goes back to the whole equal rights. If we never had equal rights and let women in the workplace, this would never have happened about
No, you know what? That's funny, but it's not true.
It's not true, no, but it's funny because it was an opening.
Yeah, no, it was
like that woman's job right now. It's
well, yeah. I mean, look, and they can't get rid of the people who did this because they take those sweet WEF money. I mean, let's be fair. I mean, it's like the institutional investment houses are trying to, engineer everything that's happening on the ground because it favors them. They want to have complete control over you. It's corporatism. And the only way to remove that is to remove the financial instruments that are in place. They are terrified of having ESG and CTI or CF fuck or whatever the hell that other fucking thing is. They're terrified for that to be exposed, and it has been. And they absolutely need for that to progress forward so they can achieve complete control, like, well, Bill Gates wanted to. They think that if you're super rich, you should have more political influence. And they're not holding that back. That's out there on the public record. So look,
well, it's kind of like the feudal. It's the feudal system all over again.
Yeah, exactly, and that's
so it's never been any different.
Exactly right. Yeah, it's the WEF that's driving all of this, and Klaus and all those other shitbags. But there's good news. If you watch Stoic Investments on YouTube, you might get some joy out of what he's talking about, because not only have they been exposed, it's starting to fall apart. And some of the little lizards that crawled out from under the rock, well, they're looking for another rock to crawl under. But we can talk about that another time. I got to move on. Go ahead.
There is a saving grace for Bud Light. All they have to do is make a Bug brand beer, and they can hit that market, because that's the only ones that will take them now.
And that won't be enough. All they had to do was not get involved in any of this shit. They didn't have to support. They didn't have to do a mega can. They didn't have to do anything. They could have just existed as Bud Light beer, and they could made their beer for those who buy it, and that's it. But they chose to get involved. They can try to minimize it. Oh, it's just one can, it's one design. It doesn't matter. It's that one thing that set it off on top of 800 other things that have come before, like Gillette and every fucking sports organization, every comic company, every Hollywood thing. Go ahead, Sandberg.
So a passage from Milton Friedman that that jumped out at me when I read it in the late 80s was that the market is an effective homogenizer and harmonizer, right? So if you buy something, you don't know what the politics of the person were who built it. You're just looking at the craftsmanship of how they built it, right? And so any product you buy, you'll never know the race, the color, the creed, the nationality, the political beliefs of who built it for you. But you're exchanging it voluntarily. You're saying, I'm going to give you this money for this chair or what, fill in the blank, right? And that's the beauty of it, is that anonymity of the market makes you just see what's the merit, what's the value, what's the utility of what I'm kind of purchasing from you, and we're exchanging resources. We're performing this division of labor. All this stuff is sabotaging that, right?
Right.
It's literally you're having to suddenly look at the politics of the beer and the politics.
And that's look, that's actually the politics behind it all. I mean, it's like this idea that we can slow everything down by adding all these other ancillary, incredibly uninvolved things in this entire process. Same thing that happens in politics. You break down progress, and believe me, if anybody can break down progress, it's the progressives. Mm-hmm. But you break down progress by simply adding all these other factors that are completely non-important into the equation. This is what happens in political committees, corporate committees, et cetera, et cetera. You don't need to focus on that. You need to focus on the bottom line. We need to do this to get to this, and this is what's going to cost. And you introduce all these other ideas. Well, how many people of this particular nationality involved? How many people of this particular gender ideology involved? It's all these other bullshit statements to get from one place to another place, and that creates a whole lot of problems. It creates a whole lot of inefficiencies. Instead of this is the best person to do this particular job to get this particular result. And it's 100% what you're saying, Jason. I'm with you 100%. Speaking of being with people 100%, Matt G for $2 says, you want some Jack Show super chats? I like Jack Show. I like those guys. They're good times. You're gonna get this one because you deserve it, Matt G.
Wow, it looks like I just found your house back there. You bum.
Apparently,
let me ask
yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to ask a question. This is devil's advocate question. This is not me actually believing this. Yeah. This is just me spitballing a what if, because I know how advertising and marketing people think. What if the marketing people who came up with this whole idea of putting Dylan's face on a can came up with the idea simply because, hey, this person got invited to the White House. This person has got some notoriety. Let's see if we can ride some coattails and glom onto this and expand our market. And I'm not saying that's what they were. I'm thinking maybe
it's worse. But it's worse, Jason. Hang on. I'm just going to interrupt you for a second. I'll let you continue. But there's actually a list of these fuckers that they want to promote that fall within the WEF guidelines and the ESG guidelines and these piece of shit guidelines, right? What's the new index? It's the Corporate Eat a Bag of Dicks Index. I don't know what the fuck it's called.
CTI. Belonging. I think belonging is one of them.
I don't care. Anyway. But that's the thing, right? And go ahead, Jason. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Well, I'm just saying, if that's possibly where it started, and then the whole thing kind of blew up in their faces, and now what they got to do is damage control, and they do it badly because, we're invested in this, we're stuck,
right?
And now you got to find a scapegoat. Now you got to find somebody you're either going to double down on this.
Right.
Or you're going to back away from it. In either case, there's blood in the water. So what do you do? Because you've got all of these people that are calling for bans and boycotts, and they're not being bought, and their sales are down. And then the gay bars are boycotting them because they kind of backtrack a little bit. So it's like we can't win. And who's to blame? And so now they're completely in shambles, and I'm not saying that they're thinking this thing through. I'm not saying
they are so fucked. It's ridiculous. They don't understand what they waded into. And look, you should be willing to lose out on the smallest percentage of your customers But that's not what they're aiming at, because the ESG money, the support structure that's behind that. And look, you can watch a video on how this works on Midnight's Edge. Andre and the team over there did the best video on ESG and what fucks you when you take their money to get to use stopgap financing, right? Anytime you're operating a business, right? That is a video you have to watch, because you have to understand why corporations lean into this, because somebody's willing to give you a loan on the money that you have coming. That's all that is. They are taking advantage of corporates' need for funding today for what they know they're going to get tomorrow.
I have
That's
a question.
what's happening.
I have a question. When you're talking about the marketing stuff, doesn't most marketing involve research, whether or not, hey, they were invited to the White House? Don't you think they would have had one competent person that would have done research going, well, they have been invited to the White House, but if you go look at Twitter right now, everyone fucking hates them.
But they were invited to the White House because they were an influencer, and that's this new stupid thing. That's the new thing, right?
They think influencers are a commodity.
Flavor of the month.
It doesn't work that way.
It's how do we make this thing work for us? It's kind of like when Disney bought Marvel and they bought Lucasfilm. It's like, okay, well, we got the princess stuff locked up. You know, we got the Disney princess, we got all the girls. Well, we need something to market to the boys. Well, we need to expand our market. Let's buy Marvel. And let's buy Star Wars, so now we can get the boys. So of course, now what are they doing? They're changing all over into all girls.
Yeah,
it's like, well, you don't understand your market, and there has to be somebody at these companies that are just going, "Excuse me, I have a question," but nobody's listening to them.
I think they were laid off, Jason. That's the problem.
Or thrown out the window from the corporate boardroom.
I have a question. As we all know, people have got short memories. A lot of people in the chat have been saying people have got short memories. I don't even know where
try our new Asperger's.
So Asperger's. So
Alzheimer's burger.
How effective? I mean, do people drift back over time? Look at Gillette and all that storm. Did it really? It may have hurt them in the short term. Is it still hurting them now, or do people just forget and they move on and go back?
That's a good question.
I think this is kind of different because of the way how polarizing the DM situation is with that persona, and how there's not just the Bud Light. Let's take the Bud Light out of this. Look at all the sponsorships that are coming to this person that are taking it away from actual women who deserve it and probably should have been looked at first. And then you're starting to the one thing with Bud Light is detrimental and destructive. It is literally an atomic mass gone kaboom. It's also been in other brands now where they're just walking away. I think that was just the explosion point. I think it was building up to that. Bud Light was just the main target in effect.
All right, I see some comments mentioning in the chat, and I'm glad these people mentioned these comments, and this is good, and it needs to be acknowledged because someone said, well, I don't drink this beer, so it doesn't bother me. Well, that's not the point of this. I don't drink this trash. However, I have friends that did. How I feel about being trash is neither here nor there. It's about the fact that ideology is being placed on an item that is supposed to be politically neutral. Yep. And if you're basing it on the concept of, well, it's happened to something I don't like, so it doesn't matter. Well, eventually it's going to come for something that you are attached to. That is the issue. Nick. And these activists have not left anything off the table that they won't go for. There's not one thing that they're like, we're not going to go for.
Hey, I'll vouch here. I actually did drink Budweiser for a while. I used to go through 4 or 5 King cans, like the 740 milliliters. When I had a drinking night, I would go through those in like an hour or 2. I haven't touched since. It's not just because of DM, but I just haven't touched since. But like with that, I don't want to drink it ever again. I've switched brands.
Okay, right, and you're not alone, Steven. This is the thing that I need to talk to everybody about. It's not affecting just Bud Light. It's affecting broadly. You're seeing across the board, Anheuser-Busch and every associated brand, 160 of them.
Well, look at their sponsorships they're pulling out too, right? No one wants to be associated. You have literally turned Bud Light into the fat kid at camp no one wants to talk to.
Well, and it's and this that actually happened, but I have to get to some of these super chats, guys. I'm sorry, I hate to do it, but we're having a great chat. I want to say thank you to Toxic Man Fluent for another $5, saying I will put the entire chat in timeout and the panel. Freaking children. Well, okay, thanks.
Wow, it's generous. I don't really get that kind of money, but glad you do. So thanks.
And you know what? Joe's Atmosphere for $4.99. I do feel very Hulk-like tonight. It's going to happen. I'm going to come out of my T-shirt and destroy things. What's happening there? But thank you, Joe. I appreciate Joe. Joe's got a great channel. He's a good guy. I kind of hang out with him. I blame Nick.
Thank you. Yeah, that's really all I got. Thanks for your being kind and supporting the channel. Yeah.
And I want to say this: Praximus Seizure is a lot of fun over on Rumble because it's just constant trolling. It's good times. But I want to say thanks to the John Beck, who just supports everybody and does it in a wonderful way for a $20 super sticker, which is a lovely lemon head spreading the love. Thank you for spreading the love right here. You're gonna get one of the rare ones. You get a rare one.
Oh, man, that's some sweet cheddar. Guys. Yeah.
Thank you, the John Beck. It was great to meet you in person. I can't wait to see you again soon. We got the Pilgrim Media here for $2 saying we are making a voting block, a buying block. Yeah, that's 100% right. And you know what? Look, boycotts work. No matter what anybody tells you, I'm boycotting anything associated with AB InBev. ABI.
They can work, but they can also fail. And the reason why they fail is because short-term memory. Short-term memory is a thing. And that's why the Flash movie needs to fucking fail, because they have said it word for word. Oh, they're going to forget about it. And then you got fucking Michael Shannon being a shit bitch. Oh, I feel bad for Ezra Miller. Shut the fuck up, Zod. You deserve your naps.
Nick, I agree. Nick, I want Ezra to fail. I don't want Keaton to fail.
No, but it's not a reflection on Keaton. I think Nick.
We're talking about guilt of association. There's always going to be that attachment.
Not about that, Fat. It's you got to understand the fact that all these celebrities, they love to always, as soon as something goes on against them on actual misinformation, they speak on it really quickly. But when it's one of their own, they fucking are silent as shit about it. And they all were. All of them were. And you know what? And yes, I'm not going to associate Keaton as guilty by association, but I will say, you know what? We don't. I'm not going to give money.
Already got paid, and he already got paid, and he's never getting paid again. Look, we got to keep moving. I'm sorry, I hate to interrupt it because I want to have these conversations.
Go ahead.
Pilgrim Media, I appreciate your support. I'm going to give you this one, and we're going to move.
No, look at this little super chat right there. He's so cute and small. Get it?
Jin Wong, for one of the amazing artists from Australia that I employ to do some of the graphic work for me. In fact, you might see some of his graphic work in the very near future on much merchandise. I appreciate the $5 Australian. He says, Culture Casino says, bleep you. I take my tea. Yeah, I don't actually say that very often. You're 100% right. I try not to curse a whole lot, and I appreciate you, my friend. Your Australian $5 gets you something better than one of the trolls spitting on you.
Thank you. Yeah, that's really all I got. Thanks for your being kind and supporting the channel. Yeah.
And just thank you very much, Jin Wong. He's a great artist. If you're looking for somebody who can do great stuff, like this guy up here, this guy down here can do some great stuff.
Hey, Jin, follow me, please. Say, Jin, please follow me on Twitter. I'll follow you back. I want to see your work, and I'm excited to see what it looks like. So,
dude, he is the guy that he's featured on all my poker chips that I distribute. This is in fact, I'm holding the blue one right. You know what? I'm gonna have to make myself big. Sorry, guys. You have to look at my wait, let's try that again.
He can make himself big.
There you go. Yeah, that is his artwork on that chip.
Nice.
Yeah, he does a lot of great black and white stuff, or absence of color stuff, I call it, and just great stuff. So I appreciate him. Yeah, go ahead.
Nick, I get what you're saying, man. I am not defending Ezra in the slightest. I don't fucking think he deserves any success from this. I'm coming from the fan of an '89 Keaton Batman. That's about it. I'm not at all saying.
I know. And here's where I'm coming at. And I do get what you're pointing at. But here's the thing. Even if you support the mindset of Keaton Batman, you're still helping Ezra fail upwards. You're still giving him that extra chance to be involved with these movies. She might be to be anyway. But I'd rather die trying than not try at all. And
do you think the WB is going to be done with him, though, after this?
Oh yeah, absolutely,
cool.
Absolutely. I think I would like for them to cut ties with him, but I don't think they're gonna cut ties with him at all. I think they're gonna give him promotion. I think Ezra's gonna get a promotion. I hope I'm wrong. I'm wrong.
Let me revisit a subject, because we were talking about the beer stuff earlier, and I'm drinking a lovely 805 right now. Right.
I got whiskey.
Okay. No. We have a graphic from Jason who he's sharing my favorite graphic. This is going to be part of the video I'm doing here. This week. So Grant, be ready to edit. We have this. Yeah, this is universal. It doesn't actually matter what market you're in. Nearly
Alaska.
Yeah, nearly 15% is that's huge. But it's not just Bud Light. This is the weird thing. It's a contagion, they call it. Contagion. I'm going to show you contagion right now. But it's affecting all their other brands. Bush, dude, I went to the store, right? The boss went to the store today, sent me some pictures.
This is 1 month.
Yeah, no, it's bad. It's bad. Look, they lost all the ground they made up. But that's beside the point. The boss went to the store today, sent me pictures. Nothing was taken out of Bud Light, Busch, or any of the other Bud brands. Yeah. Budweiser. All those things are sitting full, stocked, stacked, right? And it's across the states. And it wouldn't be strange for me to imagine that this never changes for them. They have lost a giant portion of the people that they should have paid attention to, their market.
Yeah, they should have and more hyper emphasize on their market. I strongly agree, Culture. Rather than say, hey, let's just try to be for everyone again, because as we say a lot, when you try to be for everyone, you please no one. And now here they are, because not only did they piss off the side of people they already had, but they're now also losing the people on the opposite side, since they are cutting ties with Dylan Mulvaney. So you're pissing off those people as well, which most of them probably weren't drinking this anyway. You probably had 10 of them, but you piss off those extra 10 people as well. This is what you get. And you know what? This needs to be, honestly, fuck it. This needs to be beyond a boycott. This needs to now be a here to stay thing. They reaped what they sowed. Let them suffer long term. Yeah, it sucks for the workers who had nothing to do with that, but you know what? Speak up. Tell them they need to fucking admit what they did was wrong.
But it's a ride or die weekend. Death Angel's shadow suggests that big beer sales weekend coming up this month too. Yes, and that's the thing. They live or die. Okay, so I need to explain this. This is a broader subject than maybe we have time for, probably. But beer sales, especially for these brands, are based on volume. They're not craft beers. These are daily beers. These are redneck beers. These are casual drinker beers. These are daily drinker beers, whatever you want to call it. Bud Light is that. It's the number one beer in America, not because it's good, but because it's cheap and you can drink a lot of it. And you'll get to the point where you're, sufficiently buzzed that you can forget about the shitty fucking workday that you just had.
See,
right?
Coors Light and Miller Lite have gone up in sales by 20%.
Exactly. And let
Pabst,
me
Blue
tell you,
Ribbon, and Keystone have gone up
and-
18 and 15.
And those beers, it's Fat Steven, you nailed it, dude. Those beers give me a headache, right?
Mhm.
So I drink like actual beer, you know, and I'm going to focus my efforts on buying actual beer ever forward. I've been so disillusioned by these companies. I mean, in right now in the fridge, right, there is Sam Adams and a shitload of wine.
See, and that's good that you stuck with that culture. Now, people need to, if they're going to be boycotting, it needs to be going beyond that, because yes, a lot of people, and that's probably even at some point in my life, myself included, there's something we have boycotted and we have gone back to it. I'm sure there's at least one thing we have all done that to. We don't want to go down that well, but what I'm trying to get at is this needs to be the one thing that we actually commit to for those that are drinking it, by the way, or at this point were, and actually, keep their foot down. And on top of it, there's so many other better beers to begin with. Like, just go in your local area. We're in a golden age where there is local breweries everywhere. Dude, I'm in a town that lives with like 25, 30K people, and we have like 4 local breweries in our area. And at the very minimum, they're all good. Guess what? They're not just all IPAs, because you always hear about, the local breweries are all big IPAs. No, they're not. Look at their menus. There's lagers, there's pilsners, there's stouts, there's porters, there's ales, there's all these wheats. Like, they're all there, guys. Go check out your local brewery, and it tastes way better on top of it. You have nothing to fucking lose.
Well,
I think the other thing
you don't, Jason, real quick. It's not because it's cheap, because I know you can actually talk about this because this is your wheelhouse. It's because the branding created a great image. For multiple decades. We were talking about Lackey like when I went on my rant, but Jason, I mean, this is it. I mean, this is why Bud Light, it was the number one beer. Was the number one beer in America.
Yeah, well, I mean, the whole Budweiser brand, Anheuser-Busch, with the Clydesdales and the Christmas commercial and the 9/11 spot, and all of these things, there is an association with that brand. It's like when Chevrolet did the baseball, hot dogs, apple pie, and Chevrolet commercials. This is Procter & Gamble. Somebody was talking about Gillette.
Mm-hmm.
This is Procter & Gamble over the last 5 years. Now, I want to point out something, though, because I think a comparison needs to be made, because it doesn't look like Procter & Gamble got hit very badly with the Gillette thing. However, I think we're in a completely different era of awareness that wasn't in existence when Gillette did their thing. That was the begin. That was in the before times. That was in the early stages of this stuff. And this has become
right. It was a prequel.
It's everywhere now, and people, I think, the general population are much more aware of it in everything. When Gina Carano got fired, everyone was like, wait a minute, why did Gina Carano get fired? And there was all this discussion about that. And then there's this thing with Bud Light and BlackRock and Vanguard and Marvel, and all of these different things start happening. And I think that what you're seeing with Anheuser-Busch is much more indicative of what the general population is going to be doing nowadays, rather than what happened with Gillette. Gillette took a hit, but it wasn't huge. This is seismic. And to Nick's point, I think those of us who don't drink also have some skin in the game, because we need to be encouraging people to not buy this product every chance we get. Pedal to the metal, guys. These boycotts do work.
Yeah.
When everybody buys into it. And that's the other thing. There's got to be solidarity from the various, right, left, progressive, libertarian, conservative, whoever. If this thing is going to be really solid, effective, we have to be, arms locked, united front through this whole thing and kick them in the teeth all the way down.
Yep. By the way, Tiki of Doom, Kirin Ichiban, one of my favorite beers.
There isn't a great thing to this to also look at. Is the fact of the matter is this? It might give also a wisening up that maybe you shouldn't look to influencers on social platforms as a spokesman for your product and start focusing on the tradition. If we're going to look at the U.S. of what made those beers.
Do you know? Here's the interesting thing, Steven. Everybody on this panel paid me not $1 to be here. These are people I respect.
Paid me $20 not to come here.
I tried. Yeah, but anyway, no, but it's that weird thing. It's like I always encourage people that I know and love to be here. And people say, "Hey, I want to talk about this." I'm like, "Okay, we can do that." And I'm not equating myself with somebody like DM who has like, X million followers on, the TikTok thing, right? Because that's going to be banned really fucking soon. But I do say that, there are people here who have influence. Nick has influence. Fat Steven has influence. Obviously, this guy with his hockey
influence.
Well, that fuck yeah, I smelled that before. And then Jason here, here is here because I bought his book. That's why.
And I also have toxic manfluence.
I did want to make a comment back to what Nick said though about politically neutral and corporations staying politically neutral. I think, Nick, their definition of what politically neutral is radically different from what yours would be. And there is no politically neutral for a certain strand of thought. And it's back to the old saying, the personal is the political. So for them, personal issues like gender, race, sexuality, whatever, identity are all considered to be fair game now for corporations to promote. Personal is the political.
Well, no, you're right, because
there is no neutrality.
Leftism don't think that their positions are a political position.
No,
they just think it's a basic human position, which it's not. Because anytime you had basic or human or common sense of laws, it's all garbage.
But we have good news.
But that's where all this rests, right? You can go after brands like Stella Artois. You can go after like all the other blood associated brands. Artois. What do you want me to say? I mean, you fucking French ass hat Canadian.
Hey, ne pas parler le français, tabarnak.
Eat a bag of dicks. Anyway, so
you can eat a bag of Bud Light dicks.
Wow, no, thank you, DM. Anyway, no, what I have to say is that you have to stay on it. If you genuinely believe in this and you really want to vote with your wallet, you analyze everything that you purchase, including Procter and Gamble. Look, I know you only have 13 choices in the grocery store. By the way, guys, I'm not fucking exaggerating. Wait. I'm not exaggerating. You have 13 choices in the grocery store. You don't know that, but it's true because 13 companies own all the shit you buy in the grocery store. Unilever, Procter and Gamble, General Mills, go down the list.
But Culture, there's a great thing that's going to come out of Bud Light. And everyone remembers the old show, Where Are They Now? We're eventually going to get one about Bud Light.
Oh, no. Well, I was hoping we'd get one about Gillette, but do you know what happened? The people who stopped buying Gillette, the best a fucking bitch can buy, you know what happened there? Well, they bought other Procter and Gamble razors.
Try Manscaping, ladies and gentlemen. They have great underwear and shaving kits.
Yeah, well, believe me, when my hair and body product line launches, you'll be able to get all the things you could possibly imagine. But I have to get some of the super chats. I love all of you people, and I love the guys on this panel. I try to get ladies on here, but they didn't want to talk about their shaving habits. So anyway, let's get to it real quick.
Awkward.
It wasn't awkward.
Awkward.
32 flavors of Michelob. I would have been happier with 13 flavors of Michelob, but 32 of them are available according to Toxic Man Flu. I tried to do this one earlier, but people talked a lot.
Wow, it looks like I just found your house back there. You bum.
Look, a bunny slipper and a 805 culture is asleep. Yeah, well, the boss went to bed. You're getting no bunny slipper thrown at me. They're Southern Belle. So yeah, you know what? I feel like I'm gonna stack these. So guys, apologize for not individual clips because we have a lot to get through. We got our friend E. Clay Thompson for $5 says the last Super Bowl Budweiser commercial will have all the horses getting whoa. I can't read this. You can. I cannot. Woo! None of that's gonna be good. You know what? Yikes. Yeah. Here.
Words cannot express the gratitude that comes from culture towards you on this day. Or they can, but, it's just one of those things you say. Thanks.
Well, no, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, by the way, Jason Sandberg, you're getting a lot of comments on the Rumble side and also a little bit on the YouTube side saying you look oddly like Nathan Fillion.
I've never heard that before. I usually used to hear Michael J. Fox, but Tobey Maguire.
Oh,
but no, then Nathan Fillion is new, a new one. I'll take it.
Yeah. Oh no. I mean, it could be worse. Oh, by the way, you were great in the latest Guardians film. Just so you know,
he was Groot.
Yeah. No, that's Vin Turbo Diesel. What the fuck is that guy? What's he gonna do when he's dead? What are we gonna call him? Vin like fucking like BMW? I mean,
Vin relevant.
Vin wind power.
Wow. Yeah. Anyway, E. Clay Thomason for $5 sent me money. Wait, no, I did this already. That's bad. TZ Burton. BlackRock will not invest into companies not pushing ESG. This is true. Then the banks will not loan money to the companies. I can't see. This is when we start to get into the weirdness, right? We need to start holding banks accountable for when they debank people because they don't like what they say. This is going to become an issue, guys. I'm not kidding. We may have to form savings and loans and banks in order to isolate ourselves from people who debank people.
We don't have time for this, but this does affect people's 401ks. And it's a whole other can of worms. But in terms of the allowance, it's a whole. People need to think about look into that. But definitely, your return on your retirement funds are being pushed down by this. But another day.
Well, our good friend TZ Burton dropped a I think it's called a Rumble rant. Can somebody bring that up?
Yeah, that's what they're called.
Do that because that'd be great. Because I really do appreciate the folks that support me over there, and I don't see it on my side of the equation. So whoever got that, please grab it. Thank you.
Yeah, I can't get to it.
Can't see it.
Can't rewind to it. That sucks. All right.
Well, TZ can, if he types in the YouTube chat what it was, we'll highlight it.
No. TZ, please do me a favor because we can only do it for so long.
Just repeat what you said and we'll highlight it.
Yeah, and I will read it verbatim, my friend. Because I really appreciate Rumble's a much better. Well, we'll talk about that another time. There it is. TZ Bird. No, I said we should Rumble rant for $2. Well, thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. All right. Yeah, I appreciate the $2 Rumble. You know what? You're gonna get a special one because you deserve it, and I want to support that. So TZ Burton on both platforms. It's a wonderful thing. You are cool. Another TZ Burton $2 says Miss Baggio City. Did I say that right? At Miss Universe is a Troom fan. Oh, really?
He's not a Troom fan.
Oh, no?
He's not a fan.
All right. Well, I didn't. I didn't know that. I do know this. Toxic Man Flu calls me out for the 1 hour stream I was going to have. That's not a joke. I was aiming for an hour. We are an hour over that. Nobody's going to sleep anytime.
I think he's referring to your outro.
No sleep tell. Fat Steven, thanks for the $2, you dick.
No, look at this little super chat right there. He's so cute and small. Get it?
What the hell did I do?
Oh, it wasn't your fault.
You said my name instead of Toxic.
Same thing. Christian DeLorme for a Canadian $10 says, one last super chat to derail the stream, dude. You've been killing it all night. And thank you for being a sponsor for tonight for 2 nights. Man, I'm tired. A stork will always bring a baby. A swallow. Whoa. Never will.
That sucks.
Literally. Look, as long as it doesn't spit something out, I think. What that didn't sound.
No comment.
I'm in a lot of trouble right now. How do I get out?
You can give money to a organization that sends food to children in other countries. You could have given $3 to a bum on the street, but instead you decided to give $3 to the guy that looks like a bum. Thank you for your generosity.
Okay, look. I know Canadian money is not quite $10 is worth $3, but you know, it's a joke. Mostly. TZ Burton, Fat Elvis, don't they drink a lot of bud in Canada? Well, I don't know. Fat Elvis, do they drink a lot of bud in Canada? Fat Steven, do they drink a lot of bud in Canada?
Not anymore.
Yeah, no, I think
the bad blew up here in Molson Canadian. I think Budweiser was just really cheap, man.
It wasn't that popular anyway.
You know,
I need to run the short one.
No, look at this little super chat right there. He's so cute and small. Get it?
What's even funnier, he says, sorry, Fat Steven. I said Fat Elvis. Bud Light me. Oh, shit. That's not what you want. But thank you for that, TZ Burton. For another $5, TZ Burton says, like Jeremy Boring said, don't give money to people who hate you. Give it to me instead. Her chocolate or razors with flamethrowers. I'm good for that. Just give it to me, actually.
Jeremy at the quartering, I think, is going to be working on candy next.
Candy's easy. He's already done it. I mean, candy is dandy, but liquor's quicker. That's where I'm going to go, baby. Hair products and booze. Yes.
And you know, there's an opportunity here. Because people talking about, I don't buy Gillette anymore, and I'm not going to buy Bud Light. There's a beer company that had a really effective, very notable marketing campaign a long while ago. It was Old Milwaukee Beer. They're currently
I loved Old Milwaukee.
They had the Swedish bikini team, and they should be they should look at this and go, you know what? We know what a woman really is. Here they are. It would be gold.
Wow. I agree with you. Yeah. What a story, Mark. I wish I had the audio for that. But what I do have, I clicked it again. What I do have is a thank you to TZ Burton for thank you.
Thank you.
I just want to say thank you. We got to keep going, guys. I'm sorry. I'm old and tired and not apparently paying attention. Jin Wang for an Australian $5 says, thank you, CultureCasino. You can see some of my recent work, info, and book title in the following super chats. I don't think you even know Jason. This guy's really talented. Other people employ him.
Yep, I got to get connected with him.
Okay, good choice. He sent another, holy crap, Australian $20 super chat saying, previously on Culture. Oh, wait, that's not it. Clownfish TV. I was going to say my name. Is a collection of official wholesome comics based on true stories from Clownfish TV and their family. Yes, I have to tell you, those look great. Includes funny rants, family value stories, and their run in the evil with the evil Kevin Smith. Indeed. I want to say this out loud. Jin Wong, talented artist. The folks over at Clownfish, amazing people. Love them very much. Neon and geeky. Plus, I won't say their real names here, but they're great people in person. There's not a lot of them, and Jin Wong has been working with them for a bit, so I want to say thank you. And gosh, dude, you're amazing. Thank you for being generous. I can't wait to give you this money back in American style, which I think I lose a lot in the translation, but it's fine.
Wow, it's generous. I don't really get that kind of money, but glad you do. So thanks.
Yeah, no, I do appreciate it. And look again. I mean, this guy is so good. I'm happy to pay him. Holy crap, he did it again. On Indiegogo for an Australian $2. Yes, do check that out. God dang it, I love you guys so very much. Oof. Oh wait, speaking of loving something long time, look, I'm not gonna shit the bed on this one. I have to tell you, I feel very tumescent. Like Elon Musk over this one. I could be more excited. I might be. But look, I just want to say thank you to Amber Heard for $10. You know what's my favorite beer? Schlitz.
That was Turkish liquor.
Closely related to
It must give you the shits.
Closely related to Newcastle Brown Ale.
Speaking of wonderful beer cans, Amber, I've got this for you. These beers are for you. Hickey.
Yes, so back in the good old days in the 1970s, there was a Scottish beer called Tennant's Lager, and these were the cans. Dozens of girls, you could collect them and all sorts. Can't do it now. That was Scottish beer back in the day. So.
It's not Scottish, it's crap.
It's not Scottish, it's crap. Yeah.
Thank you, very good. Wait, more conviction. Now, come on, Brian, more conviction there.
It's crap. It's not Scottish, it's crap.
Thank you very much.
Culture, are you going to forward the super chat to Johnny Depp? Because I think she's supposed to be paying him money.
Yeah, she needs to start writing a check. Check? No, that sounds very racist. You know what? I want to say thanks to Amber Heard. You know what? You're going to get a gold mine.
I see you have money. Want to take me on a date?
She used to have money, but now she's shitting on the streets in Spain, apparently.
She should team up with Charmin. She at least makes some money.
Oh my God.
Right.
Look, over on Rumble,
do endorsements for Squatty Potty.
Oh, look, that works
really good, so you don't shit everywhere.
Oh my God! Over on Rumble, TZ Burton responds to those wonderful cans that you shared, Jason, saying, "Nice cans." There you go.
That wasn't me.
All 8 of them.
It was me.
All right. Oh, well, sorry, Brian.
Jason's got more adult taste. Jason's an adult.
We're going to get to Jason's picture in just a minute. E. Clay Thomason for $2. Are we there? God, we've been there for a long fucking time. I didn't get to any of the things I wanted to cover. We covered 2 stories I randomly grabbed. I blame Jason. I blame that Jason.
Yeah.
Jason's fault tonight. So my fault.
I derail everything. Everything derails when I'm here.
God. Look, you know what? You know what? D. Clay, you deserve this and take it like a man.
Well, $2. You must be super generous for a Dutch person.
What, we'll have a coupon day or something.
I like the older I get, the more inclined I am to use coupons.
To use bonds?
Absolutely.
Coupons.
Yeah. Oh, no. Bonds are a great way. Like, there's like a whole lot of revenue. Actually, this isn't a financial chat. We can't do that right now. I want to tell you some great words. Like, I'd love to blank at Ginger Ninja, but we need CultureCasino to learn how to tell time. Fuck. You know what? I'm supposed to be in a meeting right now that I was supposed to be in an hour and 13 minutes ago. But I do look. I want to show you something that I appreciate, and something maybe all of you would appreciate. Ladies, hello, ladies. That's the Swedish bikini team. Well, that looks like the Norwegian bikini team.
There's no extra attachments either.
I don't think. Yeah,
I'm telling you, if Old Milwaukee is on it, really gets this. This is an opportunity. This is where they can sit there and capitalize on the controversy and be the heroes.
Even if they read the old commercials, right? I mean, because it wasn't that long ago. I mean,
that was back in the 80s.
Oh yeah, I guess it was.
But they could bring back, but they could have a competition, so you could compete to be on the new Swedish bikini team, because the Swedish bikini team for Old Milwaukee were actually Americans.
Mostly.
And,
you could only tell when you got up close, though. You had to be really.
Yeah, the hair doesn't match the drapes.
They could bring back the Swedish bikini team and make a killing.
But you won't get that, Jason. You'll get Gorlock the Destroyer in a bikini, or also known as a piece of felt about to rip. So
I mean, look, okay. Well, I'm gonna just say this: both the chat on the YouTube side, the chat on the Rumble side, the chat on the Twitter side. Hi, Twitter, and the folks that are watching on the replay on Rumble or not Rumble, Odyssey are very excited. By the way, I'm going live on 4 platforms tomorrow. That's unimportant, but. I know this.
I didn't think it's a parole officer.
This, Steven.
Yes.
This works for most people.
Yes, it does. The one
Needs
on the
more
left.
men.
Nah, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. No, it needs more ones on the left. Yes.
Men.
It needs real men of genius. Speaking of that, Fat Steven for a Canadian $2.20, which might be the minimum amount you're allowed to send. Sherman knows turd. What the flip? Amber turd toilet paper.
With a side order of Slim Jims and Twinkies.
I mean, really, she should be the spokesperson for San Francisco. Really, if you think about it.
Yeah. Are you looking for a sidewalk to crap on? Amber Turd will guide you the way. Here, take a map to the side.
San Francisco Tourist Board spokesperson. Yeah.
I feel like this might be unfair.
Plus,
I don't want a video.
As far as we know, Amber only shit on one bed and on one street.
Okay, but there was no Chihuahua for that street. Okay, so prove that.
Oh wow! And of course, the guy that shows up late is the guy that shows up right before we end, which is the Brahma.
I've been here 20 minutes. What are you
talking
about?
You fucking just showed up, dickhole.
It's been 20 minutes. I've been in the backstage for 20 minutes.
Okay, I'm looking at the private chat. You're not there.
I did put something in the private chat after 10 minutes. But yeah.
Oh, yeah, at 12:14.
Yeah, my parents are visiting, so sorry I showed up late, but
you know what? I'm leaving.
On Mother's Day for everybody
everybody
who still has their parents, cherish them.
Yes.
It is a time to hang out with your parents. My parents were here today, so that's why I'm late today. I love my parents, and it's great to hang out with them. And for everybody who doesn't have them, I sympathize. Parents are a great thing. So
yeah,
cheers to all of you.
We've culture alone, so sending.
That was good. 2 in 1 there.
I hate all of you guys. Well, I love you all, but it's just weird. Look, we went way longer tonight than I originally intended.
That's what she said.
Wow. Since Brahma got here late, Brahma, do you want to respond to anything we covered tonight?
Oh, I didn't watch any of that.
Great.
I just told you I was hanging out with my parents.
Lucky for you.
My parents are at the house. I'm hanging out with them.
Okay, so here's
they went to bed. Question. I came on.
Who's live right now?
Us.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, that was unhelpful. Thanks for that. All right. Well, then
your secretary.
Do you want to go look?
No, I don't care. I just
want
Mark D.
Mark D. with a C's.
I want to be the gift that keeps. I want to be the gift that keeps on giving.
Script Doctor is live with Nina Infinity right now.
Thomas Parnell is doing the closeout for Johnny Phantasm.
Oh wait, there you go. All
right,
right,
Mark D. with a C could use a boost. He's a good lad.
Okay, so
Pops is on too.
drop both. If you are a comics guy, those two choices are good. So I want my mods to drop both channels in the chat. You guys can go there to hang out if you're not ready to go to sleep. I want to say thank you to Sassy Southern Belle for a $2 Rumble rant over on Rumble saying Brahma is a good son. Culture owes me 2 bunny. I am not dodging bunny slippers. The boss is asleep.
I'm a great son.
I love her. I love it.
I wrote a card for mother-in-law and mother today.
Nice.
You know what's the best gift to give?
I meant one of them.
Okay, you know what the best thing to do for family is to give a handmade card. Handmade cards are
Thank God you said handmade.
I was waiting for a handy.
Speaking of handmade, let's talk about Brahma's bull milk. It's handmade in a sock.
And a palm.
Yeah, come see us tomorrow on Yelling at Park Cars.
By the way, you guys, we're going to preview. Guess you're not believe this. The Dallas meetup posters are amazing. You're going to get a sneak preview of some stuff. That's all I'm going to say.
And I can't say much more, but I have secured a super special guest for Dallas.
Oh, yes, that's coming tomorrow. Tomorrow there is an amazing guest for the Dallas meetup. You do not want to miss it.
Nick Weiser style, huge.
Yeah, it's huge. Like seriously, like Culture's weave will never be this huge.
No.
Drew's gong will never be this huge. This is huge.
This guest
is funny.
Oh, and permeates pop culture in a way that nobody's prepared for. And dives deeply into the political sphere in a way that I don't think
Alex Stein
they're ready for. I will never reveal who's going to be there. But I want to say this. I want to say that I'm very, very, very excited. Speaking of being very excited, I'm going to do an outro for the Jasons. God, one at a time. Let's start with this this guy here. He brings the boobs. I mean, he brings he brings inspiration.
He just said you had man titties.
No, that's not what I said.
He does, though.
Well, anyway, all right. So, yes, Sci-Fi for Me news and commentary. This weekend, we just had our 100th episode of Triple Bites, which is our Star Trek news program. And tomorrow's show, I'm going to be talking about Quantum Leap 2.0 because I got a chance to talk on Russ Colshamiro's channel about it and didn't get as in-depth as I expected to. So I'm gonna dive in on it tomorrow and tell people what I think about it. I want to like it. But anyway, yeah, we've got multiple shows throughout the week. There's all sorts. We're on all sorts of the social medias, and we've got a Discord server and a .com and everything. So
how's your Rumble going?
Rumble's doing okay. It's better than YouTube, but none of it's as good as I want it to be. But you know, that's just life. So, and I've got potatoes coming up. So, Culture, I'll send you my bribe in the form of potatoes.
That sounds good. I will. I'll sign up for that. Although I'm growing like massive amounts of potatoes right now.
So, whoa! Let's
code for hemorrhoids.
Easy now. We got the other Jason here who's bringing up the book, baby.
That's right. So go check out Jupiter. It's got 15 days left on Indiegogo, 25 days left on Kickstarter. It's 40 pages full color, the best psychedelic superheroes I could possibly produce for you. And we have an $8,000 stretch goal. If the campaign hits $8,000, everybody's going to get an authentic, official Legion of Memers license to meme. We can be used at any meme checkpoint, clear any obstacles with the meme police, and you'll want to have this if we engage in the meme wars. And on the back of the card, is a commemorative. The World Needs Comics division, and of course, 3 of the avatars that are on the card are here tonight on the panel with me. So this is the $8,000 stretch goal. Please go check out the campaign. Please back it. You're going to love the book. It's It's what you've been looking for, but you didn't even know you were looking for it.
I honestly didn't notice that you had thrown the avatar on there.
Yes.
That's awesome, Jason.
amazing,
Thank you.
right?
Yeah. So remember, when I launch, you guys had me on Comics Division show. So in addition to being a person who's been watching you guys for years, I've got a sentimental attachment to you guys. So I wanted to memorialize that by having that on the backside of the license to meme. So thank you, everybody. And please go check out Jupiter.
Are you going to have a meme cover?
A meme cover? I don't think so. Oh, you mean for the book? Maybe the second issue. Maybe the second issue.
You know, I have that avatar copyrighted and trademarked, right?
Yeah, you'll get a free card to.
I'm Legion. Do I get a free card?
That guy loves you. Why did you just buy on my you're a dick? What the? Anyway.
He's just busted my chops. He's just busted my chops.
Having fun.
Okay, then don't do that. If that 70s rock fan is here, he knows how to not have fun. He hangs out.
Instead of
with
a
people.
toilet paper with a photocopy on it, just do it that way.
Hey, well, I'm beyond excited. I'm tumescent with excitement. Tomorrow's It's Only Talk and Roll on that 70s Rock Band channel. I've got two wonderful special guests. A guy called Willie Fife, who's the equipment tech for Deep Purple, Richie Blackmore's Rainbow, White Snake, and most specifically, and a very close friend of Ronnie James Dio. So he's joining the show, but also his friend Colin Hart, who was tour manager for Deep Purple and Rainbow for many, many years, and also a close friend of Ronnie James Dio. So that's we're going to be hearing all about their times and with those classic rock bands, some of the greatest bands and metal, hard rock music ever made. So really looking forward to that. It's going to be a lot of fun. These guys have got photographs of everyone that they've hung out with: Motorhead, Eddie Van Halen, George Harrison. There's a whole plethora of great material that they've provided me. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So 3 p.m. Mountain Time tomorrow on my channel.
That's freaking awesome, dude. I can't wait for that. Because I'm looking at this is the link right here. Fudge.
Yeah. I mean, literally, these guys were there through all these great Deep Purple,
God.
Richie Blackmore's Rainbow, and Dio.
You're gonna have to check this out, guys. This is gonna be an incredible stream. Check out that 70s rock fan. He has unique guests I don't think you're gonna see anywhere else. So thank you so much for that, Brian. You're
thanks
awesome.
for having me on Culture. And it's gonna be fun.
Speaking of awesome people, you know, I have to talk about the guy that looks like Lemmy.
Sup? Thank you for having me, Culture. It has been very spicy and amazing to be here tonight, hanging with you and the other fellow dudes. Toxic Tuesday, Slapshot. That's gonna be great. We've never done a hockey movie, but I hear it's very toxic.
Best film ever.
All the more reason to cover it this Tuesday. What else? Oh yeah, I'm 18 subs away from 1,500, so I want to be in the 500 of that. So let's make that happen. And Comic Shop Talk this week. And I will be covering a whole lot of Rippaverse stuff because, well, a lot of Rippaverse content and drops are coming. So I want to talk about all that. So, yeah, that's what's coming. Thank you for having me. Check out my channel if you have not. And I want you all to come to Dallas. And I will give you goods for coming to Dallas.
Oh, well.
So yes, you're going to come.
We will.
Thank you.
And, yeah, thank you. And Nick's not bragging. He's going to give away goods. I'm giving away goods. Lots of people
giving away goods.
Yeah, you got to show up, hang out, meet people.
I've heard Nick gives away the goods quite cheaply.
I hear he switches hands when he does it. It's great.
Wow, I'm so uncomfortable right now. Fat Steven is here. Oh, that's not going to help.
That's a great segue. Thank you. Shave your head.
Oh, fuck.
All right. Yeah, I have a gaming channel. I'm starting a new pop culture channel. You can probably find it called S Legion. You can find me usually doing stuff for WW Pro, that Park Place, as well as Valiant Renegade. You can find me on Rumble, Twitter, and on YouTube. And every stream, when it ends, then they're shaking their heads asking, why is he here? Thank you for having me.
No, you're awesome. And by the way, thanks
for
being
Legion Beamer. So sorry for keep.
Oh God, Steven, you're awesome. Everybody here is great. I appreciate all of y'all. But we got TZ Burton over on the Rumble side saying, "Is it time to mass super chat culture?" What? No. I mean, I'll take your money. I mean, that's fine. But yeah,
Culture, you did tell them about the special project, right? When you get to 7,000 subs, you're going to shave your head and do the haircut from Firestarter Prodigy, right?
Also not true. No, but I will be getting a haircut here in the next 4 months when my hair gets down to the point where, well, I can donate it because that's what I do.
10,000 is topless.
No, 10,000 means I won't wear a shirt on a stream for a limited period of time.
So you're keeping your bra on?
It's a man's ear.
Is 10,000 subs where you show the high school pictures? Is that what it is?
No, it's the knee-high socks and the short skirt.
You know what? Super chat clip.
Well, $2. You must be super generous for a Dutch person.
What, we'll have a coupon day or something.
Somebody
At what
really
point-
likes that clip.
Culture, at what point do we get the black socks and the sandals?
I don't. What? No, that's a faux pas.
What about the bunny slippers and the house coat?
Oh my god! You know what? I used to like most of you.
He keeps the weed and the socks on.
Tim,
Okay, 15,000. He'll dress like Floyd Quad.
I will not. Tim Stock for $2 says raid. Brandon the anime guy. Culture racist high. Oh, dude, I freaking love. You know what? If he's live, check out Brandon the anime guy. I love that guy. I love that guy. He's
What's
great.
his first name?
Brandon.
Shut up! Don't tell him.
You know what, Steven, you're mean. You know what? I'm gonna play a nice clip for this. Why did you? You know what? You know what?
Fade in.
That wasn't it.
Wow.
Also wasn't
Wow.
it. All right.
Wow.
Thanks.
Wow, it's generous. I don't really get that kind of money, but glad you do. So thanks.
Wow. Okay, so over on the Rumble side, God dang it. I love all you guys. Over on the Rumble side, we got a $2 super chat from Sassy Southern Belle, who's going to be featured on the poster for the meetup, by the way, for the comics division, folks. Says
Somebody's going to ring her bell.
Wow.
Ring my bell. Anyway,
Don't do that with your hand. What the fuck?
$2. Culture staff of
Well,
bunny
that's why we're
slippers.
doing it.
There's a great
Can I
Pixie
read-
song.
Can,
Ring the
can I
Bell.
read it? Can I read it?
Shake weighted the camera.
Fine, Culture. You can read your chat.
Sassy,
Yeah.
Sassy, fuck, I can't say it now. Sassy Southern Belle
Apparently, you can't read your chat.
for $2.
Motherfucker,
I will. I'm going to see you in Dallas. Just remember
Yeah.
that.
Who else doing flashbacks to Billy Madison right now? Today, Junior.
Culture's tab of bunny slippers owed to Belle on a future date.
Oh man!
Wow.
What does weave even mean?
We
I've
are
seen
we are believers here in Culture Casino.
Because his hair is not real; it's horsehair.
What?
Wow, it looks like I just found your house back there. You bum.
All right, we have to.
horsehair.
I don't understand any of the graffiti because it's in Canadian.
On Canadian. Wow! Oh my god! All right, you know what? We're gonna go. I love all of you.
leave it,
We had an
Colin.
incredible night. This was a lovely Mother's Day. For those of you out there, don't leave quite yet. We usually give you we drop things. Well, we do
leave it
things
to
at
me
the
now.
end of the stream that you might not be comfortable with. I mean,
Culture's got 28 minutes left, is what he's trying to say.
no, I'm trying to say. All I want to say is this. Oh yeah, please.
I'm married, but if Gary looks like that in Dallas, it's on.
I don't think there's any ear goggles, so I'll fix that.
I'm gonna drink until I'm quarter black, and then boom, we're
This
going.
is the time it's going to have to ask Bill Cosby. Did you hit that? dysfunction.
Oh, well, since we're going with uncut,
Yeah.
Gary,
You gonna be there on Wednesday?
Smoke Wagon, uncut, the younger. That sounds wrong on YouTube, but that's
Especially
what
when
it's
you're
called.
shaking your head in joy.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna pour a little bit. Yeah, I will be there Wednesday.
All right, so Wednesday we'll get you live on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Sounds good. All right.
Yeah, we're gonna have some fun, me and you, and
I'll actually buy a bottle of tequila.
Stuff.
I'll buy a bottle of tequila and see how long it turns into crayons. That's what we'll see.
That is absolutely not bourbon, but yeah, we can do that.
Bourbon.
I guess.
All right, I'll find bourbon.
Good to see everybody. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, and to everybody who has a mother out there. Make sure you contact your mother because parents are the best.
They
Cheers,
are,
everybody.
And also remember, if you want this stream to keep going, keep super chatting because nothing makes culture lose his mind than insomnia.
And he's got 26 minutes to go.
Well, with all those outros he does, he's just waiting for us to stop talking, and then he's just going to play a video.
Oh, we never stop talking.
No, we.
Why, hello there, random citizen.
Oh, hey there, little buddy. How's it going?
Have you subscribed to CultureCasino
yet? Well, seriously.
Well, no, I.
Friggin' A. These guys, I tell ya.
Oh!
Dang it, I missed. Why won't these guys just subscribe already?
That hurt.
Oh, hi, 70s.
Nick, buddy. So yeah, I did see some pictures that Willie Fife sent me, and of Lemmy, your dad. So pictures of your father doing outrageous things that are going to be shown in the show tomorrow.
I miss my dad.
Yeah,
I miss him a lot. I learned to drink whiskey when I was 7 years old because of him.
Yeah, well, me too. Yes, so I was a little older because I was a little older than you. But I remember Lemmy when he was in Hawkwind. That's how old I am.
Oh man, Hawkwind,
Silver Mission. You know, Lemmy was thrown out of Hawkwind for taking drugs, but it wasn't really for taking drugs. It was taking the wrong drugs.
Yeah, he just
he was
gave better drugs.
He was a speed freak, and the rest were into acid, so they didn't like that.
Yeah,
so
like
threw him out
if you just did a little bit more acid, it would have been fine. But no, you took that speed shit, bro, which just kind of fake since he went on to be a Motorhead and basically took speed there, with the music and got filthy, and the rest was history. Mickey D.
Oh, Mickey! I've got photos of Mickey D. and with Dio and these guys. Not kidding. These guys are classic rock gold. They were there.
They were there. They came. Oh, they came.
They came probably more than they would be
they ever
to
should have been allowed to come.
So, my hockey-loving friend,
Edmonton out.
The
McDavid, Draisaitl, the two best players in the world.
But
gone.
they did have Evander Kane too, so that explains a lot.
How many Stanley Cups does McDavid have?
I think it's a round number.
Yeah, 0.
Beaten by the Vegas Golden Showers as well. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Well, you've got Game 7 coming up.
Last game, the last one to be decided against the Seattle
Well,
Kraken.
you better hope it's not the last game. I mean, it's a deciding game, but you better hope it's not the last game.
The last game in this series.
Yeah.
That way. Last slot in the conference finals to be decided. But
Edmonton's out, and I am happy as hell. I don't care if it's Vegas. McDavid, Draisaitl, screw them.
Can't build a team around two superstars.
Come watch Bourbon and Boarding on Saturday nights. 70s on YouTube, me on Rumble.
Yeah.
We have
Greatest
fun.
hockey show on the internet.
Never going to give you up, never going to let you down, never going to run around. And first, you never going to make you cry, never going to say goodbye, never going to tell a lie.
Well, Jason, what do you think?
If I were OCD, I would be looking at this. I'm thinking, we're almost at 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Right.
And we should just go for the full solid 3.
Well,
but I don't have OCD like some people.
But I do, and you know that. That's why you just said that. That's really mean. I'm going to do my level best to get us out here at 2:45.
Good luck.
We have to fill like 4 minutes. I don't know. I don't know.
The ending, I think, will get us close.
Well, the ending, the outro is like 2 minutes 14 seconds. But I have to ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Because we didn't get a chance to talk. Do you think this Linda Yaccarino person is a white hat or a black hat?
Honestly, I don't know. I'm leaning toward black hat.
Yeah.
But I am doing my best to not be as cynical as I have been, but I'm getting old, so I'm really more get off my lawn type. So I'm kind of not really sure that this is a good thing.
I just look at it. I'm like, the history of this person, isn't positive. And I look, Tina Guzman and many other people in chat want me to give this person a chance. And again, I mean, I'm a business person. I will step back and take a look at a bigger picture. And maybe this picture is that she's going to deliver a lot of advertisement dollars. I don't know. But the problem is, what are you sacrificing for those advertisement dollars?
Well, I have said on a number of occasions, my 2023 bingo card is fill in the blank. So if she turns out to be a good guy, I can fill in the blank. If she turns out to be a bad guy, well, of course she is. I fill in the blank. And I could go either way at this point. In the meantime, I just stock up on my canned goods and tend my garden and keep my head down and hope they don't come for me tomorrow.
Oh, did I tell you I'm going to be releasing some videos, a series of them on my new greenhouse in the DIY channel?
I'm still waiting for that to go, man. Let's show up.
It'll show up. But I know this much. Tomorrow is Comics Division's weekly stream, yelling at parked cars, and I love that. I got to show up over there. We got to talk more money here soon. I think
we do, and I'm talking right now with Script Doctor to try to get him on to talk about the strike. But we need to get Dan and Matt and you and whoever else on for some more money talk, because we haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, I mean, and these are guys I fully respect. I think they have great insight. But with that being said, I think we're ready to wrap it. Anything you want to promote in 10 seconds or less?
Live from the bunker tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Sounds good. Everybody have a great night. Have a happy Mother's Day. Thanks for being here, and see ya.
Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me fucked up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. brokens overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently. Thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes a dynasty. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll put it on your face, so make you go take it back.
And he's gone.